okay, 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 okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay? Okay, 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 okay. Had some technical difficulties. Stream went down. For a while. It happened when I decided to download Lies of P. I was punished by the hype. I was really excited. Definitely one of the games I'm most excited about this year. So of course being able to play a demo got me really excited. And I thought I had the privilege of having a good enough computer that I could have my VTuber model running while streaming in 1080p, while watching a stream, and downloading a really big video game. Apparently I can't do all those things at once. So here we are. I think the Summer Games Fest is actually over now. It's not online anymore. However, of course the VOD's up, so we're just gonna finish it. And I downloaded Lies of P off stream, so can watch it later. Or I mean, play it later. God, fucking video games or movies ass shit. So yeah, I don't know what game this is. Is this Dragon's Quest? It's definitely what. Yeah, Akira Toriyama. Yeah. Oh, hello. I don't know, this feels like Borderlands somehow. Oh, this is definitely up my alley. This is up my alley a lot, because it makes me think of Metal Saga. It's like if you were a Bulma. A tank. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, I hate this. Why? This looks so good. And nice music choice, too. Cross-cultural. Sandland? Fuck. Hey, let me take the wheel. Leave the human machines to their maker's prince. Sure, take it for a spin. For real? Alright, on Steam. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, I want Sandland. Please and thank you.
Sandland, get ready to become an unlikely hero in an adventure where you don't need to be human to save humanity.
Oh my god, it's like the whole like Last of Us thing, or
independent games are such
what
an
was it, The
important
Road?
part of the industry, and one
But
thing
you play
that's
as the
very
kid
important
and
to
not
us
the
at Summer Game
old
Fest is supporting
man.
those creators as well. After the live show, stay tuned for Day of the Devs from I'm 8-Bit and Double Fine with some incredible indie game reveals. Now, one of the biggest independent publishers is Annapurna Interactive. And later this month, as part of Summer Game Fest, they'll be revealing a number of ambitious new projects. Let's see how many you can figure out in this little tease.
Rolls eyes. Well, this is Stray. That's well, that's white thingy. That's Solar Ash. I think they also teased the demo for, or the demo, the DLC for Outer Wilds. I don't know what game that is. I think one of them is that singing game. God, I don't believe I'm actually... That's a movie company, isn't it? Oh, another exhibition.
Wonder what that was at the end. We'll find out later this month. All right, next we're stepping into the world of Throne and Liberty, a free-to-play PC and console MMORPG from NCSoft and Amazon Games with an always-changing environment, massive scale, PvPvE, and the ability to transform into creatures to battle across land, sea, and air. Here's a look at Throne and Liberty.
guiding star has shattered.
I'm trying to remember as much shade as I might have for any individual company, the people who actually make the games do, like, you know, care about making a good game, like a good thing.
Destroying anything in their path.
The goddamn Amazon games.
Find them.
I'm kind of like, Amazon, stop trying to make being a game studio a thing. It's not gonna be a thing. We don't want you here. I say on Twitch, a platform owned by Amazon. It's actually a shame that, like, with their resources, they haven't actually published any good ass games. Like, their little console service dying, like, I don't think there was a lot of games lost, but I don't know if there were games that became, like, abandonware. I'd be curious to look into that. Oh, that's some cool mobility, though. I like Warging. I like Warging out. Claim the throne. It looks mid. And this is what like being saturated with like
looks great.
high profile expensive games all the time, or just games all the time does.
Sorry we don't have any free Steam decks for you right now, but on June 19th, Steam Next Fest does return, giving fans a chance to try out hundreds of new in-development games. One of them
Steam Next Fest actually starts during our Juneteenth stream.
Warhaven from Nexon,
yep,
which lets you transform into supernatural immortals. Here's a new look.
Supernatural Immortals. Ooh. Oh, this is like their fantasy block right now. They're complimenting each other.
Hear the battle call. Cities rise and empires fall. But it's a war worth fighting. We're taking up our arms.
And here, I thought it was gonna be a Souls-like. This is a Muso game, maybe? Kind of? I'm not gonna lie, that character looked just straight out of Cobain. A lot of different styles. I'm immediately thinking of For Honor. Or like a bunch of white and blue aligned Humes in Magic the Gathering fighting against each other. Like if you told me that she had the woman with the like halo had like vigilance or something, I believe you. Warhaven, play for free.
Hey, this is not.
Why can't I?
Oh, so it is like a multiplayer block as well. Party animals.
Pilgrims, summer is coming, and
I don't usually pay that much attention to party games, not gonna lie. But they can be really interesting.
Darker, more dangerous nights and roaming volatiles, complete with improved parkour.
Oh, Dying Light.
Rolling out with the next update in June. Then, right
is that
after
Lucille?
That, we'll
do you just have Lucille on your desk right now?
Trust me, for one of them you will want to get your butt barbed wired. Very soon, you will get the deadliest summers to date.
What game is this? Crash Team Rumble. Another live service. Samsung Gaming Hub. Yeah, I guess that's what Amazon is basically gonna do as well. They don't need a console.
Welcome back to
They just
Summer
need a
Game
service.
Fest. Isn't that great? By the way, Crash Team Rumble is going to feature playable Ripperoo and Engine, Neo Cortex's right-hand guy in Season 1. Now,
I'd rather
it's
have a
time
single-player
to change
Crash
the
game,
topic
honestly.
and descend into madness. Joining me is a guy who was last on stage at the Game Awards 2021 to announce Alan Wake 2.
Oh
He's
yeah, I
come
forgot about
all the way
that.
from Finland. Please welcome from Remedy, Sam Lake.
I don't know much about this guy. As far as horror
See you.
game devs
Looking
go.
dapper as always.
I've actually never played Alan Wake.
Well, we are so excited because when you announced Alan Wake at the game, or Alan Wake 2 at the Game Awards,
I
you
like
said
how the
2023.
2 is
we are in
like
2023. It's
there's
coming
kind of
this
like a mist
October,
there,
and
like
we are
it's
so
light
excited about this. I know it's
coming
been
in
a
from
long
like
time coming for
a
fans
crack
and
between
for
two
you.
buildings or something.
13 years since the first Alan Wake. So tell us a bit about what can we expect in the sequel.
Oh, it was just like a
quite a
wavy
journey,
effect
yes.
that's just going on. It just looked like that for a
Alan
second.
Wake 2 is Remedy's first
I thought that was a
survival horror
stylistic
game.
choice.
We have 2 playable characters. It's a 50-50 split between them. They are on their own separate terrifying journeys through
Yesterday was
2
a huge
different
wildfire
worlds,
day.
and yet it's
Oh, I hope
all
folks are
connected.
safe.
And the player
Wildfire
gets to
where?
switch
I mean, I
between
know it's
them
kind of wildfire
at
season
given
now.
points in the story as they choose.
Yeah, we saw, obviously, at the PlayStation event, you revealed Saga, the second character. Tell us a bit about her. She's in Bright Falls, and she's sort of living a narrative that Alan has written. Is that right?
Well, that's a good question to ask.
Okay,
Going into
Saga?
this.
That's not a
So,
cis
yes,
kind of
we
name.
have Alan Wake, our title
sorry.
character, of course, trying to escape from the nightmare dimension of
Yes.
the dark place.
Yes.
And then we have Saga, our new hero, FBI agent, coming to the Pacific Northwest small town of Bright Falls.
Canada. If
together
that's
with
New
her
York in the east.
partner,
Oh,
Alex
I live on the
Casey.
east.
So how and they're somehow linked in some way, right?
They are coming to investigate
Yes.
a series
I know they're
of
getting more
ritualistic
intense because of global
murders.
climate change.
And
And
very
that's
quickly,
terrifying.
the investigation turns into a nightmare when they discover pages of a horror story. Maybe written by a certain missing writer.
By the initials AEW.
And this horror story starts to come true around them.
Interesting. So
Huh,
obviously,
this is an
you know,
interesting plot
Alan
structure.
is
I
still gonna
noticed
be
that
playable in the
that
game.
also
You're gonna experience
appears
his
in like I
journey,
think
but,
Bayonetta 3
Saga
and
is
Devil
sort
May
of
Cry
new
4,
character, and there is
where
that sort
front
of link. Tell
loads
us
a
a
new
bit about,
protagonist
split 50-50.
and like
Do they have separate missions?
and has
Because I
like
think
the
you can play them in
the
sort of
like
different sequences or orders if
the
you want,
old
Yeah,
protagonist
we go
kind of
into the
like
experience
in the
playing
second
as
half or
Saga.
like
Okay.
kind of
And
distant at first.
It's a sequel.
Also, as an attempt
but
to
it's
get
also a
like
standalone
people new to the
experience. We are not
series
expecting
invested.
everybody to do homework
Okay.
if they have not played the original game.
Yeah.
This can be enjoyed as is. Saga doesn't know anything about the lore, about the
See,
supernatural.
literally
in
just
this
like I
world.
said, it's
She will be going in very quickly. She
it's a
has to
pivot. It's a
learn to
pivot.
survive,
And Alan
with
Wake
that,
1 was a
all the
long time
players,
ago, so
will
like
be
they're
on
being like,
that journey
hey,
with
hey,
her.
don't go back and play Alan Wake 1,
And,
just play Alan Wake 2.
Then we open up the experience so that you can hop to play Alan Wake in the dark place as he's trying to find his way out. And you can keep on playing
Oh my
as
god,
Saga in the
they
Pacific
sent
Northwest
Alan
as
Wake to the dark place in
investigation
Kingdom
goes
Hearts.
on.
He's gonna
And
get
you are free
Norded.
to
We
switch
have to save
between them.
Alan Wake
There are a
before
lot
he
of
gets
connection
Norded.
points,
Yes.
in many surprising ways, but there is no right way to play through this, you can choose. You can go on as Alan all the way close to the end, or as Saga, or you can keep hopping between these two sides of it.
Oh
You're
my
always
God,
so good at
Alan Wake Dream
telling
Drop
challenging,
distance.
interesting narratives in unique ways. I mean, Remedy's always been known for that, and you especially. So we can't wait to see how these stories intertwine, I'm sure, throughout the experience. Today, though, I know you brought with you some gameplay of Saga's adventure. We're just going to see a
Is
raw
that
segment of
bad
the
enough
game,
air
right?
quality to
Yeah,
need
raw
like a
gameplay
mask,
for the first time
like a
in the-
respirator kind of
this
thing?
is early on from the experience.
They're hyped, Sam. They're ready
And there's
for it.
also a lot of wildfires on
So
the
tell us,
west
what are we gonna
coast
see?
of the United States.
Supernatural
I
forces
used to
of
live on the west
darkness
coast of the United
have,
States, but
brought the murder
I never
victim,
got directly
in this case,
affected by
back to life
wildfires,
as a
though people I
monster.
knew did.
And
I know people that
Saga
had to
is
evacuate.
outside Bright Falls at Cauldron Lake, trying to find him and stop him.
Okay, with that, let's take a look at raw, unedited gameplay from Alan Wake 2. Thanks, Sam.
Raw, unedited gameplay. Suppress the need to be like propaganda. Your equipped weapon is a service pistol. Over the shoulder. Looks kind of Resident Evil-y. Not that that's a bad thing.
Sounds like somebody's home.
Resident Evil actually has continually kept the pace, or set the pace for horror games. For the better and the worse. Oh dear! I hope you were safe, Denny. Oh dear. This could also be The Last of Us. Oh my god, this is a formula now. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of been a formula. God of War is kind of like this too now. I saw you, Ragdoll.
A monster, like Nightingale.
A lot of places actually have like really shitty air quality. I used to be in a relationship with someone with pretty bad asthma, and like when deciding like where to live, they had to look up the air quality level of like the city and possibly even the neighborhood that they would be in.
The text on the heart is clear
Like
now.
it's a big deal. And it can have long-lasting effects on like
Like I
your
saw in
life
a dream.
for the rest of it. If you live in a area that has bad air quality, especially if you grew up in a bad air quality area.
Killer left a message.
Oh, I couldn't tell at first from behind, but it's like, is she black? And it's like, yeah, yeah. They had a black protagonist to Alan
Our
Wake.
story wanted us dead. There's something I'm forgetting.
And if you wanna play most of the game as the black woman FBI agent, you can. Epic Games, not on
Long
Steam.
time coming, but Alan Wake 2 looks incredible. Thank you to Sam and Remedy for that first look at gameplay. Now let's get a first look at the co-op campaign of Warhammer Space Marine 2 from Saber and Focus.
Warhammer.
We're facing a Tyranid
That's
splinter
definitely a
engaged
series
us on two
I've never
planets,
played before.
Avarax and Kadaku. I'll be straight with you, Titus. I have my reservations.
I like the voice
about your
acting.
reinstatement.
I'll be straight with
If
you,
you have
Titus.
questions, That'll be a problem. No, Captain.
I think I have a general turn off of it because of like the big burly men. It's like Unreal Tournament or Judge Dredd or of course Gears of War. And it doesn't really matter what the like the style of the game is. There's even like a XCOM like Warhammer game. And it's real big swole dudes and massive power.
Open the gates.
It's like they were all swole. As much as I have a natural leaning away from an aesthetic like this, especially because like gaming has been populated with it so hard and so much, I would play this. This looks cool. Especially in the wake of stuff like Doom and Doom Eternal and stuff. Like, there's space for that. Actually, I like the gratuitous violence in there more than I like the gratuitous violence in fucking Mortal Kombat. Is this another in that series of King Rising simulators? There's like a series of this, like King something. I can't remember. I have one game in the series. The pixel art looks very similar. But it was like you were a disgraced king traveling around, trying to rebuild a kingdom after being exiled. There's a lot of games in this pixel art style now. There's definitely a niche. The smoke got bad to the point it felt horrible. No fires, but just the smoke from Canada. We're safe, mind you. Yes, Your Grace. Okay, no, it's just a King Rising simulator. It kind of like makes me think of like Game of Thrones and like the Starks trying to make a name for themselves and not die.
This one comes from the minds of Saber Interactive, Focus Entertainment, and yes, horror master John Carpenter. It's a brand new world, a brand new story.
It sounds horrible though,
like
the
a heck of a
smoke.
lot of fun.
Just one
Check
more
this out.
reason not to want to go outside, you know? I got Warhammer Gladys. Do you like it?
We gotta be ready.
I never got interested in Warhammer because it seemed overly complex, really expensive. I didn't know there were video games for it, and I just expected there to be a lot of misogyny in the community, and I just didn't need that. Even when I thought it was a guy.
On my mark.
Oh my god, this has like Left 4 Dead.
4, 3, 2.
I don't want to say Brute Force, which was a original Xbox 4-player co-op game. John Carpenter's Toxic Command. Oh, it's John Carpenter, like the thing. I kind of want it to be third person. Yeah, this is definitely like kind of like Left 4 Dead, but you travel around. That sounds kind of cool. I guess kind of like The Walking Dead, but like the aesthetic feels more like Zombieland, or even Land of the Dead. I'm glad a zombie game still exists. It's a neat little genre. There's been a lot of focus on hordes, especially with was it World War Z implementing it as like a big framing a
Sean
lot.
Carpenter and Saber with Toxic Commando. That looks tons of fun. You guys think any of those zombies made it? I don't know. All right. Well, this August brings the long-awaited full 1.0 release of Baldur's Gate 3. And today, a new member is joining the cast. We're about to see the reveal of Lord Enver Gortash, the commander of a mechanical army of Steel Watchers. He's a second antagonist and is voiced by a familiar name.
I wonder how much of a gamer the host is. I wonder if if like he only knows about this because of the teleprompter.
Swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I have had interesting games like these.
The people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete
like I have not Baldur's Gate, but a game like
a new age is upon us.
I think in the same shared universe.
Gods have mercy on those who would stand in our way.
It's kind of like a bare bones D&D campaign in a way.
But it cannot be an equal.
As a video game?
Can be my equal. There's an old wisdom.
Neverwinter Nights. I've Neverwinter Nights.
Never be mended. They can only break. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
Friends, allies, to my side. Let us usher in a new dawn. This city is mine.
I'm not ready to call you enemy. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
Baldur's Gate. Oh yeah, D&D, Wizards of the Coast is right there in the corner.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
I don't know who any of you are. I don't know the importance of these characters. That was supposed to be a really cool reveal. Is it like Big Boss coming back from the dead?
Marvel Games and Insomniac are set to bring Spider-Man 2 exclusively to PlayStation 5. Sounds like you guys are a little hyped, so to tell us more is Brian Zahar, game director at Insomniac. Brian, thanks for coming
Spider-Man
by.
games have been living good. Spider-Man and Miles Morales were really good.
Behind us. Is this the box?
This is the box art.
I kind of want the wait.
Here it is. I mean,
wait, that's symbiote.
It has two
that's
on the
symbiote
box
I don't know if that's Peter.
So we're really excited about it.
Absolutely.
If Miles is there, I don't think it's Peter.
We're so excited about this.
Maybe the other Spider-Man's Miguel.
Two characters. We saw some great gameplay at the PlayStation Showcase, but I want to talk about the two villains, I think.
The only game I'm excited for is Sonic Superstars.
There are more out there.
Oh, I'm excited for Sonic Superstars. I'm excited for Lies of P.
Kraven, we got the reveal at the PlayStation event. So tell us a bit about him and how he factors
So Kraven's very different from any
character. That Warhammer game looked kind of neat.
Powered by magic or tech. He's just the best hunter in the world, and he's coming to New York.
Maybe I'll luck into it on Humble Bundle in like a year or two.
The Marvel characters that live in New York City. So Peter, Miles, and others. He's on the hunt.
Oh no, it is Peter. Oh gosh, it would have been so cool for it to be Miguel.
Venom also, obviously, symbiote is a part of this whole story, as we saw in the gameplay. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Good reaction to the art.
I'm glad you're happy.
I don't know how much you're going to tell us about Venom. Is this, can you tell, is this an Osborn Venom? Can you tell us, what's the origin
Osborn
of,
Venom?
Eddie Brock Venom? Or?
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
It's not Eddie Brock?
Our goal was to tell an original story, something you haven't seen in the comics or the movies yet. Obviously, we love Venom for a reason.
Yeah.
All those things you love about the character are going to be
So
there.
you're doing your own
How
thing
the
with
story
Venom?
plays out, who is Venom? You have to play the game to see how it goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. There's a bit of a tease. Now, obviously, the symbiote is a big part of the gameplay, and one of the things I think we were all struck with the footage that you showed at the PlayStation Showcase was, how that is going to really impact the gameplay when you're playing as, Peter. So tell us a bit about that and how, the gameplay is going to be dramatically different.
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw it in
Venom is actually a perfect sophomore villain for Spider-Man.
Peter's moves in that gameplay review.
Whoa, that's fucking sick. That's sick as hell.
But you can tell there's a lot more strength, a lot more raw power, aggression, which you saw both in the moves and.
Oh gosh, I'm coming.
That's how the story plays out.
Interesting. So how it affects him as well.
Oh, these people are dead. They're dead.
When you play the game.
And I know the journey
that
is
looks
also
like
more
something
expansive.
at Horizon
You've
Zero
got
Dawn,
Queens, Brooklyn, so
or
even
the
more
Horizon
of
Zero
sort of-
universe.
Yeah,
rather.
I mean, the city has pretty much doubled in size. So it's Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and then being able to use the web wings to traverse at speeds way faster than they were before is really awesome.
But how is
Hugely
you gonna
ambitious game
tell
you
that
guys
with
have
the
been
story
building,
once you
over the
don't
past
have
few
the
years.
symbiote
We saw
anymore?
at the
You lose
PlayStation
all that
event,
power.
it said at the end fall 2023, and I think we're like getting close to that. Are you guys
I
feeling?
mean, I'm sure New Game
confident
Plus you'll be
that
able to use it
you'll
throughout
make
the
it
entire
this
game
fall?
for some reason, obviously.
Jeff, I know you like exclusives.
Yes.
And I can promise you we are very confident what we're going to tell you right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, by the way. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it.
There we go.
Oh, this year.
Nailing
October?
it. October 20th. Spider-Man 2, exclusively for PlayStation 5.
Got it.
That's
Awesome.
actually
Well, Brad, thanks so much for
a
stopping
good
by. I know you got a lot of
window.
work
I
to
mean,
do.
with Venom, it
Wrapping up the game, and we'll check it out in October. Thanks, Brian.
overlaps with Halloween and shit.
We got our date. All right. Now let's take a look at Pal World, a multiplayer open world.
Oh, Pal World, Pal
survival
World, Pal
crafting
World!
game where you
Yes,
befriend
yes,
and
yes,
collect
yes,
mysterious
yes!
creatures
Release date,
called
release date,
Pal,
release date, release
who
date,
can
release date.
Also fight. In other words,
You can
collect
enslave
guns,
Pokemon!
and then we're gonna look at the land
You
of the
can
morning
you
light,
can
a new
poach
expansion to Black
Pokemon
Desert
from
Online,
like
which recreates the
environmental
mythical folktales
shelters,
from Korea's Joseon dynasty, and some huge
or
bosses too.
kill other poachers. You can have factories. You can use your pals as bullet shields. Some of them can fight with you and shoot guns. Some fight with you and don't shoot guns. We're super excited for Power World. It's an open world monster collecting like village building sim. What if Pokemon was fucked up, but also kind of Breath of the Wild? With like a squirt of Minecraft. It probably won't be as sophisticated as Minecraft in terms of the building, but the developer has already made like a January 2024. Okay. The developer has basically already made a game that is essentially Pal World without pals, like an open world, like adventure game building sim. So they were basically like, just what if this but better? This looks neat. I do like how they have this showcase organized. Like, obviously this isn't the same as Pal World. Pal World is a lot more generic. And this is a lot more culturally specific. But like, I don't know, it was like, you know, a lot of nature. It was like, hey look, a lot of nature. Black Desert.
Our story is more than what hobbits and elves know. It is time we told it ourselves.
Oh, Chloe! Hey, thanks for the raid. I'm catching up on the Summer Games Fest stuff.
Middle Earth,
how was your
delving
stream?
for riches. Yet the greatest treasure remains
Is this related to Lord of the Rings?
Moria.
I'm missing myself because of my stream. Ah, I see. What were you playing? I decided to make time for it. It's not live anymore, I'm pretty sure. My stream went down for a little bit, because I was trying to download one of the games that got showcased at the same time I was watching, and it just did not work out. If I downloaded it off stream, I'm gonna play it after. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, Return to Moria. That's also to hype up the Rings of Power. The Amazon show, I'm pretty sure. Considering it's about dwarves, and dwarves are a big part of the Rings of Power. E3 was canceled. Not really sure how long these events will be like. I mean, E3 being dead, I think is a good thing. It wastes less resources. Honestly, just the environmental impact alone was worth it being canceled. Even though obviously E3 was not canceled for environmental
now we're gonna look
reasons.
at an exciting new mobile game from a legendary franchise.
But as an additional vector for COVID, I think it's nice that it's going for that reason as well. Hello. For iOS though, I don't want a Final Fantasy phone game. Genesis. We still don't know Sephiroth. Oh, I think I did hear about this game. But I'm not really sure. They'll like air it. This is like alternate universe characters or something? Part of the bad thing about Final Fantasy VII being such a big game that the Final Fantasy series has never been able to like get past the shadow of. Well, I mean that part's a bad thing. Is that like because there's been so many things set in the Final Fantasy VII universe, and this looks neat. Especially as a Final Fantasy VII fan, I'm interested. But if they just made it like a regular ass theme game, I'd be fine with it. And I want it to be like a story game, and not like some endless content farm. Oh, it's an Ever Crisis remake. I mean, I'm gonna play it.
Pre-registration for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis has just started, and users will have the chance to participate in an upcoming.
Well, I guess it's not a
beta
remake,
test.
but it's like
Now,
there was
speaking
Final
of
Fantasy VII After Crisis. I think it's a reference to that.
Today during Summer Game Fest, DoorDash has your back. You can get a free burrito
Fucking ad.
when you order from Taco Bell using the code GameFest. Plus, get the chance to win a Final Fantasy 16 prize pack. DoorDash, stay in your game. Yep, we got you. All right.
Fucking
now, here's a look at
gamers.
the game we debuted last year at TGA.
Can't be too long, honestly, because people started when I was live and ended not long afterwards. Maybe like 20-40 minutes. Oh, yeah, at the end. Because I already seen like half of it. First one.
Life to the living.
Like the Revenant. Is he gonna fight a bear? I bet he's gonna fight a bear. Is it supernatural? Yeah, it's supernatural.
We end suffering for those who live.
Oh yes, hug a skeleton.
We bring closure to those who don't. I want us.
Whoa, magical white man.
I want
with a
killed me.
magical person of color ghost partner. Wait, is that actually your like
As the man says, we
partner?
face the choice, simple and awful. I banish you. Death to the dead. Do we kill?
This is like the fucking Dresden Files if it was serious and in like the American frontier.
Or do we part forever?
They're holding hands and that's cute. I find that cute.
Show yourself.
Red.
I'm like magical white man, and it's like, oh wait, it's an interracial couple. Actually, my heart is softened. Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. Damn. All right, y'all. PS5 stepping it up. Oh shit, Leaf is gonna be so excited for this. Yo. I've never even played one of these games, and I'm excited. I have Final Fantasy 9. Oh, I've been playing I was playing Final Fantasy 9 with my partner. We need to pick it back up. We're playing like a modded version with like better textures and stuff. He was just chilling, being a bodyguard. He was like, I wasn't doing nothing to nobody. Okay. 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 I don't know. This is reminding me a lot more of Like a Dragon and was it Judgment? Cause it always has special moves, but like I think they've like fully been like, yeah, this is just over the top with the moves. I have no name. What? What happened to you in the last game? Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name? Oh, he literally has no name. I will respect that.
Good morning.
You gotta respect it. When someone's like, what are your pronouns? And you're like, don't refer to me.
Change username to just Stan.
I still need to play Yakuza 0. I haven't played any Yakuza games ever. I've seen people talk about them. I know I have friends with special interests. Oh, I think I have this game wishlisted already.
Definitely a leak here, Tim.
Maybe? I recognize the submarine, but I guess it's actually like a fairly common submarine. There was a submarine, a cartoony submarine game back in like 2014-ish, I think. That was like the same kind. And I think they're based off of real world exploration stuff. So that's probably why.
Someone there? This doesn't make sense.
This seems mysterious, but not as scary as Subnautica so far. I am a fan of Subnautica though. I haven't played the second one, however. I really need to finish the first one though. Under the Waves.
It's a beautiful new game, Under the Waves, and today, incidentally, is World Ocean Day. Fun fact. All right, next.
Happy
Call of
World
Duty.
Ocean Day, I
There's a
guess.
new Call of Duty coming this fall, along with Warzone Mobile. Today, we're going to give you the
Subnautica
first
3
ever
coming
look
out?
at
Cool.
Season 4 of Modern Warfare 2 Warzone, launching next week.
Season
Here's your first look
4.
at Bondel, a new Warzone location with points of interest, including a medieval castle, a soccer stadium, and an
It's okay.
abandoned
It's just
zoo.
gonna be okay.
Yep,
Just take a deep
it's
breath.
all happening. Check it out. Here you go.
I'm trying not to make it my gaming personality to hate Call of Duty. I even used to play it at one point, but not really because I had that much interest in it. I was playing it because people that I knew were playing it, and like I wanted like the sense of community, you know, that comes with playing games with people. I mean, I guess that's technically the reason I got into a lot of multiplayer games. I mean, if you want to play games with other people, especially before the internet, like, the people in your life have to agree to play them. And then with, like, the advent of online, like, if you're not in a setting where you can really get to know the people in a way that's not just, like, objective based and, like, just around the mechanics of the game, then you can't really build relationships and camaraderie in like as natural a way, and I'd say it's much easier to fall in toxicity in those ways.
Season 4 next
I mean,
week.
obviously games
Today
like
is
Final
a
Fantasy
big
XIV
day
have
for video
toxicity
games,
too.
but also a
It's
huge
not
day
all just League of
for
Legends
Porsche.
and Call of
The
Duty,
iconic German
but
automaker
like
turned 75 years old today.
certain
To celebrate
games
their
are
contributions in the
fine
automotive
with you
and
being
gaming
very
space,
antisocial,
all raced a 911 in some
in a
point
mean
at a
way.
game.
Huh? What?
Xbox
Did you
has
say
teamed up with
9/11?
Porsche for a limited edition run of 75 consoles inspired by 6 famous Porsche race cars.
Yeah, he didn't say
And I'm
9/11.
thrilled
I
to
thought he said
debut
9/11,
the first
sorry.
design here today, inspired by the Porsche
Freudian
963 that's
slip.
racing this weekend at the 100th running of the 24 Hours.
Oh
of Le
yeah,
Mans.
I'm very much that type of person. Oh yeah, I just play zombies. But yeah, oh yeah, Revenant 2. I'm gonna say about Revenant 2. I'm very much into co-op games. Not to say that I don't like being competitive a little bit too. As I already mentioned, I'm very interested in Street Fighter 6. And one of my friends challenging me in Mortal Kombat 1 has made me want to play it just for the sake of beating her ass in it.
And here it is. the Porsche Xbox Series X. These custom consoles are not for sale, but you can enter for a chance to win one right now
Wow.
at PorscheXboxSweepstakes.com. Make sure to stay tuned for the Porsche and Xbox social channel
they'll
for
be for
additional
sale
opportunities to get your hands
on
these
eBay
special
for like
consoles.
3 times the normal cost.
Phoenix Labs are building the next great entry into the cozy farm sim genre. We all like a cozy game inspired by classics like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. Previously announced for Nintendo Switch, there's now some exciting news for PC players too. Let's take a look at Fate Farm.
I don't think do I know about this game?
Life in Azoria's been treating me well. Days pass so quickly.
This feels like the natural evolution of Farmville.
Before I know it, they turn into seasons.
Is that weird of me to say? Oh, look, there's
It's
someone in a
been breath
wheelchair.
of fresh air.
I wonder if they'll let your character be in a
We found
wheelchair.
a way to
Probably
get
not.
cozy and settle in. But there's something more I've been itching to explore.
If this was 2005, this will be marketed as a girl game. If this was 2005, this will be marketed as a girl game.
Anything.
I appreciate that it's not.
What do you say?
I mean, maybe I'm also thinking that because the main character or their point of view character for this trailer is a girl. But it's cozy as heck. Not to say that people don't already put people who are into farming sims in the
Variety,
girl or
there it
feminine
is,
camp
Fate
already.
Farm and Mortal Kombat in the same show, only at Summer Games.
Oh my god, that could
Now
be the
please
new
welcome Ben Brode,
thing.
Chief Development Officer
Like Doom
and final
Eternal versus
enthusiast
Animal
at Second
Crossing.
Dinner, the developers behind the popular collectible card game Marvel Snap. What's up, Ben? Man, you
I
guys
can
have
say
been on fire. Last time I saw you was at the Game
110%. I
Awards
care
when you
about
won,
this less
Best
than Call of
Mobile
Duty.
Game. Seems like you've been very busy. We're excited about the Spider-Verse content you've been doing. Lots going on over there, right?
Yeah, it's been exciting. We've been doing a bunch of new features, some of the wildest cards we've ever made, and
That's a very YouTuber voice.
new game modes. Yeah.
Yeah, new game. Is that a segue, Ben?
Certainly, yeah. I'm excited to announce Marvel Snap's biggest update ever. We have a new
This
game
guy
mode
feels
coming
like Philip
next
DeFranco's
week.
dad.
It's Conquest mode. It's a great way to get a super competitive experience and some exciting new rewards.
Or
But
like
you don't have to wait till next week. If you haven't tried Marvel
Philip
Snap,
DeFranco
download
if he
it
was
now
Seth
on your mobile
Rogen?
device or early access on Steam.
All right, Ben. I love the enthusiasm, Ben.
That's what I got.
That's you. You're made for YouTube. All right. Well, we
feel-
heard you brought
Yep.
something fun with you for us to watch.
Yeah, he
right?
got that.
Yeah. So
He got that
listen,
weird
I am incredible at card games.
content
so I often win.
influencer
But
voice.
some people, and maybe you've had this experience, Jeff, some people lose.
Yeah. Hey, fair.
And I like to think it's because they suck. No offense, Jeff. But sometimes, sometimes it's because they might just be a little bit unlucky.
Cue the tape.
I have been thinking of Marvel Snap in the same vein as something like Pocket Fighters, like the Tetris.
I don't have an ideal
oh, Pro
hand of
ZD.
cards here, but that's fine. I'll see what I draw in future turns. Anyway, let's reveal the first location.
Labuntus 1. Each player.
Wait, no, wait. Are they using Pro ZD to market how much the game sucks?
I'll play Medusa on location number 2. She gets +2 power.
I mean,
let's see the next location.
maybe I shouldn't put it like
Clover
that.
Dangerfield has a 25% chance of destroying your cow.
Okay, well, I mean, 25% isn't that bad. And it's gone. Okay, well, I have some powerful cards. in
Pro
my hand,
ZD,
so I can
non-binary
just wait.
icon.
Let's see the next location.
The Big Barn. Players cannot play 4, 5, or 6 cost cows. Also, if you don't play a card this turn, you have 0 friends.
Now you're just being
Pro ZD should make the fake card game that they use
Spill
in
the
some
cow.
of their
We're gonna look at
videos.
Immortals of Avium from EA Originals and Ascendant, and the world premiere first look at Chapter 4, Season 3 of Fortnite Wilds. Now, if you're looking for the
Oh, that's why
smartest way
people
to
are
level up your
spamming
gaming this
Fortnite in
summer,
chat
compare
on the
top
YouTube
credit cards
version.
side by side with NerdWallet and start maximizing your cashback rewards on everything
Welcome
from
back,
Wi-Fi
Clem.
to headsets. Now, here's a look at King Arthur
Oh,
Legends
Denny, you
Rise,
can
a
be
new
negative on the
cross-platform
game. It's
indie-fied
fine.
game for mobile and PC.
This isn't like
Fantasy
a
Squad
mandatorily
RPG adventure
positive
available to
space.
pre-register today.
Hey, there's some people masking in the crowd. Surprised by that. And shit, I like I mentioned, don't give a fudge about Marvel Snap
To save your kind.
or Call of Duty, to be honest. Honestly, most of the free-to-play games I didn't care about, other than, was it Honkai Star Rail?
Vanquish the wicked, and you may prove worthy of your legacy.
This feels so generic. This has a Raid Shadow Legend vibe. Oh, don't connect it with King Arthur, please. Please, I love my King Arthur. There needs to be better King Arthur media.
Wayfinders. Do you remember the fall? The gloom descended on Skylight.
This seems like something they'll have merch for in Hot Topic.
Paid a terrible price.
And it would be my special interest if I was 15.
And the world would remember
you know,
who you were
instead of.
and return to us.
This world needs champions.
It's a hero shooter? Wayfinder. Become a founder. It feels like it's gonna be free to play, team based. Okay, and there's a Fortnite thing. You getting all grungy, Fortnite? Oh, mecha. Oh, that's just one kind of thing you can do. They're expanding the styles that are represented in Fortnite. I guess that makes sense to do. Unreal Editor for Fortnite. What does that even fucking mean? Feel free to be negative on Fortnite.
Stand a chance.
Project under construction.
Stellaris Nexus.
What do you say, guys? One more game?
Good morning, scavenger.
That's certainly not
Scan your surroundings to retrieve and recycle anything
genre I find
that could
myself
be of
playing very
value to
much.
Scavex.
Like the grand strategy-ish games. Oh my god. I feel like a double feature with that and Captain Blasto would be great.
4315.
I'm all for supporting small artists, but these artists coming into our DMs are really starting to get
Our fleet
annoying.
is cautiously entering hostile
Oh, you mean the people being like, hey, do you want to commission me? I've gotten one of those too. I mean, I got one of those recently. I've gotten them before, the recent wave.
Lower your shields and surrender your ships. Your culture will adapt to service us.
It is kind of rude to go into someone's DMs and be like, can you commission me, pretty please? If not rude, it's definitely off. I like Fortnite. It's fun once in a while.
Game Fest 2023. It's
I think I would like
here.
Fortnite actually.
Yeah.
I think I would like a lot of games that
My buddy Anthony Mackie and I have been
I might have
working
trouble
on this
playing.
for some time now. We're really excited to share.
Oh, it's the guy who voices BoJack
Twisted Metal,
Horseman.
which is streaming only on Peacock starting July 27th. And I'm very excited
Will Arnett.
to share a sneak peek of the character of Sweet Tooth, who I had the pleasure of
I know
voicing.
that
Hope you
BoJack
enjoy
isn't
it.
real.
Check it out.
See, I even know the actors. Hello. That just looks like Sweet Tooth from fucking
A tall glass of water. Me?
Twisted Metal? This Twisted Metal?
I'm guessing you don't fight much outside of your car now, do you?
Anthony Mackie is funny. He's also Captain America. It's weird that he's Captain America. Sometimes, I think.
Any chance we can get this back in the cars?
Falcon America. He's dressed like he's a member of Stars, I swear.
How about a little
kill music.
This looks like something that was show on fucking Tales from the Crypt in the 90s. Oh my god. Cisco? Trek. Guy like what? All night long. Let me see that thong.
Like it when the beat go. Baby, let your booty go. Girl, you want to show?
I like the way.
Yeah, man. I listened to Unleash the Dragon so many times the disc broke. I'm not a liar.
Same.
You said you were coming to my
Unleash the Dragon was was like full of bops.
Misunderstanding. I've been getting shot at ever since I can remember. It's forced habit, I guess.
I mean, he is black. Getting shot at is like our natural habitat. Yup. A twisted metal series? That seems cool. Wow. Video games are mainstream.
Who hasn't dreamt of duplicating oneself in order to multitask? This new hack and slash game with a tactical twist allows
I wonder
you
if
to do
Will
just
Arnett
that.
was wearing
Brought
a
to
fat
you
suit.
From France, here's the world premiere reveal trailer.
That makes
of
me not feel
Lisfunga,
good.
The Time Shift Warrior, coming later this year.
We had a person on our stream advertise themselves twice, and now they're in our DMs advertising themselves again, after we've already told them no. Oh, that will earn a block. That will earn a block from me real easy.
Receive my light, Lisfunga. Let this power flow through you, and fight again alongside your past selves.
I'm here again.
I bet this is a roguelike. Roguelikes love the symmetry of having your story facilitate the gameplay loop.
To fight with.
You're coming with me.
Okay, this is more time-based gameplay. I bet it's still a roguelike though.
You're not the only one who can be in multiple places at once.
Oh. It's kind of like Echo, but the echoes are helping you. Time Shift Warrior.
I can feel that there are more.
Oh. Steam and Epic at the same time.
Very
Big
cool
surprise.
independent game. All right, next up is a brand new IP from Ascendant Studios, a single-player, first-person magic shooter called Immortals of Avium. It's fast and fluid. It's an
Another
FPS
world?
in a fantasy setting, kind of like Doom with magic. It also has a great cast led by Darren Barnett as the main character, Jack, and he joins us now. Hey, Darren.
Hey, guys.
Great to have you with
How you
us.
doing? Thank you.
This
Very
is such a cool game, super high production value, spectacular gameplay. Tell us about the guy you play. You're the main character, Jack, right?
Yes, I am playing the main character, Jack, as seen behind me. He's a battle mage that controls all 3 forms of magic, triple threat. He's brash, he's funny. But
What are
he's
the
job
3
man.
forms of magic,
The
Brett?
gameplay, as we've seen, is just
Sorry,
so
Christopher.
fast-paced. There's so much action in it.
So he's the
it involves
Avatar.
Spells, the spell casting, and the magic.
A great
what can you
cat
tell us
to
about
that
the story and sort of how this battle mage Jack comes in? He sort of becomes a battle mage, right?
Yeah, he kind of comes from nothing. He's, I guess they call him a street rat, is what he was. But he,
Battle
during
Mage.
a
Battle
time
Mage.
of intense trauma, he
I think there was a
summons
game
the
called
power
Battle
to
Mage in
control
the past.
magic.
I wonder if that had any
becomes part of
inspiration
the
on it.
Immortals, which is like the elite Navy SEAL squad of this world called Avium, and they are in the middle of an everworld fighting for the control of magic.
Okay. You have a great cast. You, Troy's in
AMAB.
it, lots of amazing actors.
All
in this
military are
really high
bad.
production value game that's coming out this summer. We don't have to wait long for it. And I know you brought something with you to share today, which is a gameplay sequence, which is one of the most epic sort of parts of the game, right?
Yeah.
Fire,
so
ice,
this is
and
the wild
Bussy.
part of the game. This trailer is going to be showing you the Immortals and myself confronting Sandrak directly, who is the top villain of this game, and trying to end the Everwar. And it's taking place in like one of the most badass levels of a video game I've seen. We're battling on top of a 400-foot mech in the middle of the ocean. It's wild. So let's take a look.
All right, let's take a look at.
Yeah, show me more
Immortals of Avium,
spectacle.
which comes out this summer for PC.
Else we're trying to be a Marvel movie or like the something like just so much over the topness.
Everyone
I
that
want like
can
some more
fight
muted stuff
already is.
too. I mean, shit. Even whatchamacallit was like that.
And we're still losing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play this.
Welcome aboard, immortals. What's our bearing, sir?
North by northeast, 5 knots.
We'll catch him, sir.
I feel so bad saying that. And it's like, it wasn't even that long ago that I was talking about how like game developers who work for companies that are shit, like aren't bad people and their games aren't devoid of artistry. And I would say I don't want to decry anyone for thinking this game is cool, for being interested in the game, or games like it. I mean, shit, I want to play Dead Space, but I feel in a weird way about it, for example. And of course, no ethical consumption under capitalism. And I really need to think about it more. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's not praxis. It's just like what personally makes me feel bad, and especially with EA, you know, like, you know, covering up for abusers, for sexual abusers in their company. It's just, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. There are very few like hard lines that seem to stick in like gaming communities, and they're not usually based on human dignity, and that's all around industry, unfortunately. But like major companies just doing what they want and hurting people beyond the realms of the normal capitalistic like exploitation, alienation stuff is just like, there's a lot of games that exist. I can just simply not play it. I
want to be an
I'm
I want to fight this war as
I'm
one.
overwhelmed with the games I have already.
You're what's called a
I don't think
triad.
I'm gonna lose
Pentasod
sleep
has
over
gifted you
not
with the ability
playing
to manifest all 3 colors of magic.
not playing this game that by all accounts will probably overstimulate me over playing it in an hour. I'm gonna be
We're
real.
only going to win this one together. Sigil up.
He sounds like Zuko. July 20th is an important date for me. If this was like 2011, I'd be excited for it.
Looks incredible. Coming out this summer from Ascendant and EA. Now, one game that constantly reinvents itself.
Jedi Survivor was
is
amazing,
Fortnite,
but the
and
fucking
tomorrow,
launcher.
Chapter 4, Season 3.
But the fucking
Wild
launcher
launches,
sucks.
And today, Summer Game Fest is debuting.
It has its own
cinematic
launcher?
trailer to preview the season.
Oh, right,
The
that's
center
EA
of the
too.
island has collapsed,
Damn.
revealing a vast hidden jungle with ancient secrets to discover. And of course, there's a whole new Battle Pass lineup where you can unleash the power, yes, of Cybertron. Here we go.
Cybertron? They're adding Transformers to Fortnite? Oh, so those are the main characters of Fortnite. I had no idea. Yeah, most EA games do. Yeah, they have a lot of like copyright protection stuff. That's actually what turned me off from playing them in the first place. I don't like all their whatchamacallit? DRM. Their DRM is overly obtrusive and hurts paying customers. So way before there was any like really strong moral reason to not like buy their games, I was already like avoiding them because of that. Which is not something I really had to deal with as much on console, because that's when I was playing EA games the most. But like having to have like a uBlock Origin account or whatever, annoying as hell. You can disable them for some reason in certain games, and the option just doesn't work despite the option existing. Why is Optimus so tiny?
Fortnite Wilds launches
I want to turn into a truck and hit
Finally,
people.
guys, it's time to get to our grand finale.
IG, I need to look into EA more. I won't play Blizzard stuff because of how evil the company is / was. If EA has some shit on them like Blizzard, then I'm not gonna support them either. Oh yeah, I can send you some resources later.
This game comes from a studio that surprised the world and redefined
but there were a lot of women employees who were being sexually abused by people in the company, and higher ups knew, and they covered for them for years.
Upcoming releases. The rumors were true.
Allegedly. Don't want to get sued. Yo! Final Fantasy 7 too. Wait. Oh my god, that's buried in Tifa.
Search and rescue operations are already in progress.
Oh, Red 13? Aerith. What happened? Wait, is that when this 2 happens? How far is this gonna go?
It's so green.
I'm so mad. I know that's the only reason I need a PS5. This is the only reason I need a PS5.
But in reality, it's barely hanging on.
I was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
This is gonna sound crazy, but
Chocobo Farm.
as far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
The live stream. It is the very essence
Oh
of
shit!
our star.
Oh my gosh! He looks just like I imagined him. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! 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 Yes!
Hojo, they're connected to Sephiroth.
Final Fantasy VII Remake was actually one of the first games we ever streamed on our channel. Final Fantasy VII is one of the most important games to my life.
We fought him. Whatever happened.
Final Fantasy VII is part of why I'm a gamer.
Why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what.
What the flashback's gonna be?
Think we will.
Oh, Barrett and Nanaki get to have a little thingy. Oh right, cause the game loves splitting up the characters. Oh, Elena, yeah. Gosh, I want her to kiss girls. Ah, the start of the best rivalry. Honestly, I usually leave them out of evil organizations that are cool as hell. Like the Akatsuki or Organization 13, but the Turks definitely deserve to be in it. Yuffie! Yes, fuck yes! I mean, we already knew Yuffie was gonna be in it, considering, you know, this is the point of the story that she would come in, and Yuffie had her own DLC. She just stole something.
She's a monster. That she can peer inside you, into the very depths of your soul.
She's a monster.
That she can become those you hate.
She can become those you hate. Oh, you're talking about Genova. You're just talking about Genova. Yo, you were one of those, Cloud, you were one of those hooded people? I mean, they always alluded that you had been at some point, but like,
I killed her.
Wow.
So,
ouchies. Okay, they haven't dropped any real new plot points. On 2 discs! Oh, look at them flexing that the PS5 can't handle it being on 1 disc.
PlayStation 5. Nomura-san, thank you so much. All right, that's gonna do it for Summer Game Fest. Our live show.
You love Final Fantasy 15?
of Summer Game
Wow.
Fest. Stay tuned this
That
weekend.
was bold for you
Updates on many more
to
games during
say.
SGF Play Days, a hands-on event for media here in Los Angeles, including Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, as well as the Xbox and Bethesda showcase on Sunday. Right now,
Okay,
though,
I
stay
have
tuned for Day of
fun.
the Devs from I Am 8-Bit and Double Fine, which celebrates the independent game culture with a number of new game reveals over the next hour. We'll see you later this summer on August 22nd for Gamescom opening night live in Germany.
Oh, there's more
and again in December
games.
when we come together here in Los Angeles to celebrate 10 years of the
I've never
Game
understood
Awards.
why, lol.
Thanks
That's the
for
first time
watching,
I've ever heard
everyone.
that.
We'll see you soon.
Well, Final Fantasy 15 had a very, very long development cycle and is very different than how it was originally planned. And its long development cycle was very much from mismanagement and the team being forced to start over like twice and scrap a bunch of content. The story had been changed from what they originally intended, and and that's not a bad thing in and of itself, but they smoothed it out in ways and made it less complicated, but then also they had trouble with it and making the story like feel cohesive. I don't know if you know this, but the ending for the original game was different than the ending is now. Months after release, they actually let out a patch that not only added more context to the villain's motivations, but also like added extra cutscenes after the normal ending or something like that. We still have never beaten Final Fantasy 15 for very complicated reasons. But like there's like game development hell all over it. And a lot of people worked really hard to make that game happen, and like company shit kind of made it harder. This game was also supposed to be part of a bigger alignment of Final Fantasy games. Originally it was pitched as Final Fantasy Versus 13 was supposed to be in a shared universe with Final Fantasy 13, you know, the one with Lightning that later got a trilogy, Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, 13-3, Lightning Returns. So Final Fantasy 15 actually represented a huge jump in the series. Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 15, even if they were commercial successes, they were failures in the sense of trying to be games that like kind of in the same space as Final Fantasy 7. I guess let me paint a picture for you. Let's see. So 1999, Final Fantasy 7 is supposed to come out. PlayStation 1 is dominating the market. If you want cutting edge graphics, that's where you go. Final Fantasy games have up until this point been only 2D. So this new graphical leap is gonna be a big deal. Note that as opposed to like the other video game, like the Final Fantasy games beforehand, where a lot were just on one console, like 6 of them were on the NES, I think, like at least 5 of them. But then Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, and Final Fantasy 9 were all for the PS1. The PS1 was a great console, one of the greatest consoles ever. So it was really important technologically, and Final Fantasy 7 in particular pushed RPGs to be much more accepted outside of the niche space of Poindexters that it was originally associated with, especially the games that would later be panned as JRPGs, as if it being Japanese made them lesser or contrived in some way. And what I mentioned about Square never being able to get out Final Fantasy VII's shadow is just that, well, as much as Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 fans will argue to the cows come home which game is better, Final Fantasy 7 set up the greatness of those other 2 games. And they definitely don't get enough credit for what they did for the series overall, but Final Fantasy 7 has been so legendary that in terms of a remake, it was the game that made the most sense. It's like how Konami is going straight for Metal Gear Solid 3 and Silent Hill 2 for their remakes and starting instead of starting from the beginning of the series. Not to mention the Final Fantasy series has done remakes of games in the past, like Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 as well. So, when jumping from PS1 to PS2, the landmark Final Fantasy game in terms of technology and showing what the genre could do, especially in terms of spectacle, not just mechanics, was Final Fantasy X. And it was like, oh, now we have voice acting and stuff. And Final Fantasy X is definitely an amazing game, and definitely has a legacy of its own. It even got its own sequel. I think that Final Fantasy X may have been the last time that like Final Fantasy was at its peak with its core series, in a way that resembles what happened with 7. Because I don't feel that way about Final Fantasy 12, as good as I think it is. In the Final Fantasy MMOs, I feel like take a lot more to unpack. So with some people considering Final Fantasy 15 an unfinished game, and it definitely had released an unfinished game, best believe that, as well as being filled with like corporate shill. They had like a DLC about Top Ramen. It was weird. It was just a perfect storm of you can critically hate this game, it's okay. I like the game personally, and I think it's best enjoyed in like a lackadaisical fashion, potentially with friends. Though I don't think it has a multiplayer function. It might. I can't remember if it does, or if they gave it one, because that game has had a ton of DLC. It has like a No Man's Sky amount of DLC. I swear. I went on my Final Fantasy tangent for so long. My girlfriend came in here, played with my hair, listened to my ramble, and then left. With me still rambling, mind you. I was still rambling when she left. Gosh. See, if you want to get Drizzle talking for a long time, like if you just want me to completely stop playing a game, like just pause the game and just talk for like straight up an hour, we can talk about Final Fantasy. We can talk about Final Fantasy particularly, but Kingdom Hearts will probably get me to do that. Resident Evil in particular, a little bit of Silent Hill, but yeah, Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy, like the legacy of the games. Like, gosh, I could go on and 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 on. Final Fantasy 14. 15? I'm assuming you're saying 15. No, you're saying 14. You're saying 14. Final Fantasy 14 is still a game we're trying to play. I'm not allowed to play Final Fantasy 14. It crashes. Maybe when I get the full game and not the free trial up to level 60. Don't know. Final Fantasy 11's neat though. That was my first Final Fantasy game, and I played it way after release, so I never heard about any of that. Chloe, you're kind of an uncritical gamer, aren't you? I don't mean that to disparage you either. And although I am very political, and like my political values definitely intersect with my gaming values, I was interested in like the history and development cycles and like controversies and critical receptions of games way before I was like a leftist. Though, especially considering if Final Fantasy 15 was your first Final Fantasy, like I can imagine like kind of the climate you're entering into. Final Fantasy as a series has changed so much since like Final Fantasy 7, and there was a time where like Final Fantasy looked a whole lot different. And Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 15 in particular, Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Final Fantasy 15 in particular, are kind of what the series kind of looks like now. It did not used to look like that. It used to be more like Octopath Traveler, you know? And then it was like Dragon's Quest? Maybe I want to take some examples, and now it's like Devil May Cry with some strategizing in it. Like, Final Fantasy is kind of an action game now. It's an action RPG. I don't think there'll ever be a mainline Final Fantasy game that's like actually turn-based. The closest may be something like Honkai Impact does. Although you can technically play the Final Fantasy VII remakes in a turn-based way. You can. But I would say that that is not how the developers intended it necessarily. I feel like the developers left the option not as much as an accessibility, but as a way for players who want to experience a game that way, especially considering the legacy of like Final Fantasy VII and turn-based and stuff, can still experience it that way. I don't have a strong feeling that developers felt a strong desire to preserve the turn-based elements for its own sake. Now, I'm at a crossroads of should I watch the hour-long game indie game thingy, or should I like play games now? It was like so much more hype. I kind of go with the flow, and if something I'm playing is fun and enjoyable, I say it's good. There are exceptions to that rule. I mean, I try to encourage people to like be mindful of like, you know, what they're consuming. I think that media literacy doesn't just include like being able to critically examine the work itself and like see maybe problematic elements and make sure that they don't rub off on you, or recognizing like what reflections society it has, or what biases were in the creation of it, or something like that. There's also like the outer layer, the metatextual stuff, like how it was created, if people were exploited while making it. I mean, under capitalism, like there's no way that someone wasn't. And like so many things. And I think the gaming culture definitely incentivizes just that's cool thing, which is exactly why I'm like groaning about like watching more like bunch of game trailers and hype and stuff, because you know gaming culture is primarily consumer culture, and like that's not a new phenomenon, and that's not in any way exclusive to gaming, but like it's new and shiny all the time. As someone who is highly susceptible to manipulation through new and shiny all the time, I have grown to be consistently skeptical of the community I find myself in, especially on like the corporate side, especially on the AAA side. And that's how you get things like the Hogwarts Legacy thing, where it's like, without knowing anything, you just think that like, oh, it's just Wizard game. Like that meme where it's like, but Wizard game. And it's like, no, this weight will fall on you. And it's like, I forgot what the meme was called. They've made so many versions of it. It's so funny. It's like kid reaches for like the Harry Potter game, and then an adult comes in and was like, no, don't play that, you'll get canceled, essentially. And it's like, but wizards, and the like panel shows that there's like a huge like cartoon comical anvil placed directly above the game for whoever touches it. And it's like, I think there's some real harm in like the Hogwarts thing. But also I'm not gonna sit here and say that me not buying the game affected its bottom line or anything. And I think most people who are being realistic were like, yeah, it's like a huge franchise, like regardless of the problematic elements, and the creator being like a turf, it's not gonna dissuade most people. Most people aren't informed on trans issues especially, but a lot of people aren't informed on a lot of political issues, because like life is happening and the the push to be what was it apolitical and try not to worry, and even if you are marginalized, like just not looking and being like, why you gotta remind me that the world sucks and stuff like that. Not that I'm saying everyone's like that. Some people like are very aware that the world is fucked up, but like in the fast information age that we live in, like information comes and goes so quick that like not being like in the know is like not just, oh, you don't know this thing that's common knowledge in the community. It's kind of like being plugged in, and like if you're not looking for the information, you won't find it. And I think that that's kind of a reflection of like the consumerist culture as well, because there's exploitation and bad things about a lot of the stuff that we buy. I say we like in a collective way, like, you know, like sweatshops and stuff like that. If costs are being driven down somehow, if you're getting a cheaper delivery for your pizza at home, like the disparity between how much you used to pay and how much you're paying with like this, like say a new like a new service, or if suddenly DoorDash just lowers their prices for some reason, is usually tied to some market force that may or may not influence like the quality of people's lives, and it probably does, whether that's like supply chain stuff, whether that's like raw material extraction. Like it's ridiculous, and we don't even talk about that type of stuff in games. In games media, you know, it's a hard enough time just trying to get game developers unionized, getting them rights, the people who make like the stuff that we make. And that's kind of the reason that I care about this stuff too, because like outside of even wanting to be a game developer myself, it's just like it's insane how like the Writers Guild strike, for example, or the airline pilot strike of like, what was that, just like last year, or like industries where like these are like kind of like these jobs are big deals and like make people a lot of money in like, or in the plane thing, like make the world go round. But like these are people who have reported that they're fighting for employment rights literally to be able to feed themselves. They're not talking about like wanting to get rich like Bobby Kotick. They're talking about like wanting to do well enough that they don't have to live on food stamps while being a game dev for a company, or while writing for like network television or a Netflix show, you know? Sorry, that spiraled. That went way beyond the realm of like ethics of consumption in video games. That sorry. just let's just take a breath, actually. And I'll read chat. Sorry if I seemed angry. I was just really passionate. Yeah, I'm trying to work on having a more critical mind when I'm consuming any kind of media. It can be kind of hard. I remember when I was in college, studying film, and I was tasked with, like, critically analyzing the Fast and the Furious movies, or rather, having the Fast and the Furious movies critically analyzed to me, and it like broke my heart because it's like, oh shit, I didn't realize like these misogynist tropes and this toxic masculinity. I just thought it was a cool movie, and I felt bad for liking it. I felt weird about like having a crush on, was it Michelle Rodriguez, because of how like gender was treated in the movie, and how like after a while I started noticing the patterns, like a lot of like tomboy or masculine femme or girl characters in media, especially like in the 90s, early 2000s, were like kind of like tamed in some way. Like they weren't allowed to like keep their gender expression. Something like the Princess Diaries is a story about like a glow up, and there's like a lot of that sort of thing in media where it's like, let's glow you up and make you more of a lady. And transphobically that happens in even Persona 4, where there's a path where you can basically influence a character's gender identity because you're eventually materializing them being in a romantic relationship with you, and asking what kind of style or what way they can express themselves that you prefer, either what's been already said as like their true self, what they feel most comfortable in, and a lot of people read this as this character being non-binary or trans man. I'm talking about Naoto for people who may not realize. Or you can tell Naoto, actually, I like girly girls. So then Naoto actually dresses like a girl and is purposely more femme, and even tries to change their personality to fit your desires. And a lot of people looked at that as totally normal, and a lot of people were like, oh no, Naoto's a cis girl, and like a bunch of stuff, and it's like, well the people who made the game said they're not trans, right? And like that's where media literacy is important. Like even being able to propose something like Death of the Author takes an amount of consciousness outside of the work, other than just being like, oh, this is what's on screen. What I'm seeing is only surface. Sorry, what I'm seeing is only surface level. What I'm seeing is only surface level, and that's all there is. Like, if someone ever tells you that something like Evangelion is just XYZ, it's just kids fighting weird monsters, and they ran out of production time, so it got weird. Stop overthinking it. Like, there's definitely a series of memes of like, stop overthinking Eva. And it's like, why? Intentionality isn't the only important part of media, for example. And like, when I found out about like the Fast and Furious movies being like misogynistic and like toxic masculinity, that didn't mean that the people who made them, or like Vin Diesel himself, is like, yeah, I hate women. I'm gonna make a movie that makes people hate women even more and love cars. That's not how Vin Diesel sounds in any movie. But like, you can unintentionally hurt someone's feelings, just like you can unintentionally, like, you know, do bad stuff. I think that's why media literacy is important too, because like being aware of those bad things in media and like what type of like cultural attitudes they might encourage, for example. Like a lot of people have a problem with trans characters or queer characters in media because they fear the normalization, or they do not want the normalization of queer identities, because it's like, well, it will be less socially acceptable to hate those identities. like the power of media is strong. Like, it's kind of like you are what you eat, but like with consumption of media. It's reflective, but not like, how do I put it? Not direct. It's like subconscious. That's what I want to say. It's more like subconscious. I think Garden and Ban Ban is a great example of how far I've come. Garden and Ban Ban? What's that? Old me would have been like, this is so good and very well done. But since I started working on properly analyzing media, I've actually been able to notice a lot of issues with the game I wouldn't have noticed before. I'm very curious, or maybe those are characters in a game that you're playing? Oh, Dipey check. Well, I actually, I remember someone posted in the Discord recently. Well, it wasn't recently. Now it was all like a month or a month and a half ago, maybe, about these certain diapers that like that some company was saying like had like a 1100 milliliters of space or whatever. And I was like, they really swell up and da 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 da. So yeah, I got those. That's what I'm wearing right now. In control diapers, apparently. I never thought I'd make I want to make a video essay that had to do directly with like a diaper being like an overall video about the community, but I'm tempted. Partially for reasons that are ancillary to what we were talking about with like consumption and morality. Cause these are actually some good diapers. They swell up big and round. It's a mascot horror game, kind of like Bendy and the Ink Machine. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Is this the indie showcase thing? I think it's the indie showcase thing. Alright, let's do the indie showcase thing. I'm sorry I berated the entire video game industry real quick. Oh wait, more Cuphead content? Well, I guess Cuphead is like a big phenomenon. I was waiting for so long for Chalice DLC to come out, and I was gonna immediately play it, but play with Chalice first. I still haven't done that yet. I mean, I don't own the game yet, but been meaning to. And they have like a Netflix cartoon, I think? At least one season of it, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's out. So it only makes sense that they would make more Cuphead content. Oh, a Cuphead physical edition. Now it's on all consoles, not just Xbox. Oh my god, I would kill for that puppet. I would kill.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Day of the Dead digital showcase.
The Netflix cartoon is really good. Hey, look, it's Tim Schafer. He has a big beard.
Millions of people watching out. Millions of people. God, that can't be right. This thing has really grown since it started 10 years ago here in San Francisco. Day of the Devs was an idea from Double Fine Productions and their friends at IM8-Bit to put on a show that really celebrated video games and focused on the fans and the developers and brought them together to meet and celebrate games. It started as a live event here in San Francisco where we had developers showing their games, where people could play them and also listen to music and eat food and drink, and it was really just a festival.
Oh, it's like a con.
Creativity, and
yeah, it's a con. Oh, Mia the Hollower.
And now we're doing both, a live event and a digital showcase, so people from around the world can enjoy all of these amazing games. We had a record number of submissions this year, more people wanting to be part of Day of the Devs than any year previously, and we have more world premieres today.
I don't think I've heard of Day of the Devs before.
I'm excited. I hope you're excited, and please, without further ado, enjoy Day of the Devs.
Fucking gaming showcase Tiny Desk concert.
That would be effects on that. It's sound good.
I'm pleased to introduce a brand new game from a team that is near and dear to my heart. This is from Greg Lobanoff and the team at Wishes Unlimited, who made incredible games like Wander Song and Chicory. Here's their new title, Beast.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know they made Wander Song and Chicory. Something to finish Chicory.
Hi,
the team behind Wander
I'm Greg
Song and
Lobanoff,
Chicory.
and I am bouncing off the walls excited to finally tell you what my friends and I have been working on together ever since Chicory came out a couple years ago.
A couple of years ago? Has it really been a couple of years? Monster catching some? Gosh, I'm about to steal one of these from Fantasia.
Where you coach a team of beasties to play Beastie Ball. Which
Oh,
is like
they don't fight each other.
This customizable coach character, and you can explore this huge open world, recruiting all kinds of beasties to your team.
Oh, this is cool. This is cool.
Then you can challenge rival sports teams as you rise your way
Fantasia
through
is the one who usually plays monster taming games. But there's so many good ones we want to play, she can't possibly play them all.
Beasties are
This reminds me of
that evolved to play sports. In their natural wild state, they're constantly playing Beastie Ball to build friendships, to settle disputes, or just to have fun. When beasties play together, they actually become friends with one another.
Oh, this reminds me of that
Depending on the
monster
personalities
taming
and
game that
humor
was like
style, they
dance
form different
offs.
kinds of friendships. But whether they become besties or rivals or partners or sweethearts, they'll get some kind of unique combo
They can
ability
become
that only
sweethearts?
beasties can do, which can turn the tide.
Oh
in
my
favor.
gay heart.
So with this game, we really wanted to emphasize the beasties' agency as living creatures. They're doing their own. They'll only join your team after being convinced by you missions while you're playing against them. The goal isn't to collect as many beasties as you can, but to spend time with the ones that you care about and be surprised by the ways that they grow and
Yo,
change. And
the
bonds
true
that
heart
come
of
with each
Pokemon. Just like what's his name said
We knew we wanted
when
to
he
create
made his
a
new
really
Pokerap.
wide variety of
It's
beasties.
not about the ones you catch,
Each
it's
have their
about
own
the ones you
ecological
love.
niche and way of playing Beastie Ball. So we're working with a really wonderful bunch of concept artists and spending a lot of time on each design. All beasties have a range
Gosh,
of colours and
yeah.
sizes, and their poses and
Very,
animations are
very
all
good
hand-drawn,
art.
which gives us
Very
lots
good
of
animation.
opportunity to express their personalities and their different ways of moving.
To help give each BC that personality, we've been doing unique voices for them. Each one can express a range of emotions, and we've had a lot of fun performing that. But it's not all just friendships and rainbows. This game is about sports. You come from a tiny town built
Sports.
around a nature
Oh, this is
Kind of
like
underdogs until one day when the Beastie
like
Ball
covering
League showed
broccoli
up
with
and started
cheese.
tearing
You're
down
gonna get me to
the
play a sports game by putting
Your
Pokemon
only
in
way to
it.
stop the construction is to rise all the way to the top of the Beastie Ball League.
Right from the start of your adventure, you'll be able to see all the ranked teams on your map. You decide where to go, who to challenge, and in what order. And every time you defeat a ranked coach,
It makes me
the
happy
other
that there's a
ranked
trans
coaches
person on the
become
development
stronger.
team.
So no matter which way you go, you'll have a tough and exciting rise to the top.
We're so excited to finally reveal this. It's a really special project for us. And if Beastie Ball looks cool to you too, then please check us out at beastieballgame.com. We're going to be revealing a crowdfunding campaign very, very soon, and we'd love to have your support. Thanks very much. We can't wait to talk to you more about Beastie Ball.
2024. Wishes Unlimited.
In Hyper Light
What's neat?
Breaker, Heart Machine's follow-up title in the Hyper Light universe, you'll assume the role of a mercenary with some serious skills.
Oh, we're gonna get a
You'll be
release
entering
date?
The Overgrowth, an amazing open world with everything from lush rolling hills to deep labyrinths. They'll be comprised of both handcrafted and procedural elements, just how I like my levels. Like its predecessor, it'll be chock full of secrets and lore, sure to satisfy even the most curious explorer. You'll face off against enigmatic enemies, armed with an arsenal of weapons that you've crafted with the spoils of your previous battles. And for those die-hard fans that have been eagerly awaiting its release, we have some never-before-seen sneak peeks. This is Hyper Light Breaker.
Hello, I'm Alex, creative director at Heart Machine, and we're making Hyper Light Breaker.
Ah. Wow. They couldn't use any of the... They couldn't use their previous game as a blueprint in a way that some games can. I guess maybe for Solar
Hyper Light
Ash.
Breaker is a huge, stylish, bloody game. As is our MO, it's a game that's vivid but bleak, with a crumbling world that can be brutal and beautiful.
Oh yeah, a little bot. Oh,
It's a major
it
landmark
never connected with
First
me
of
that
its
the
kind.
little bot
Open
in
world game
the Hyper Light
never
games are
returned to the same
kind of like the bots you have in
You could say it's a mix of
Nier?
incredible open world games like Breath of the Wild, distilled into the format of a roguelike such as Dead Cells or Hades. You can play alone or with friends cooperatively online. Breaker's narrative will be presented fully through visual storytelling, where you'll discover and decipher the mystery of this world and lost land from long ago. Every world will be different, loaded with dangerous creatures, razor-sharp combat, vast overgrown wilderness, long-dead civilizations, and new discoveries in a mysterious,
It does also make
vibrant,
me think of,
horribly ominous atmosphere. Each biome in the world is different, with unique dangers, set pieces, and stories of their own. There will be massive bosses to take down in an open structure.
It does make me think of Risk of Rain
dangerous,
too.
unique, and challenging sub-bosses scattered throughout runs. You'll pick up new gear, make new builds, unlock new characters, upgrade your equipment as you bring back more and more materials.
It looks like you kind of have a femme or a mask version
So
of
much from
your
previous
starting
games,
character, at
building up
least,
amazing
which is
tech
nice.
And a deep well of knowledge and experience as a team. Breaker is the culmination of all that incredible work, and we're excited to have you experience it for yourself. We'll have a lot more information on the game as we come closer and closer to early access later this year.
Men with painted nails! Men with painted nails, rise up!
And now, in true Day of the Devs fashion, we're traveling halfway around the globe to
I am 8-bit.
Transylvania to bring you a game that is not what you expect. From developer Stone Skip and publisher I Am 8-bit Presents, I'm thrilled to bring you a world premiere title that is not only relaxing and enjoyable.
Is it the
it's
Snufkin
chill
game?
And vibey. Let that anxiety go while you play Simpler Times.
Damn it. I guess right. Gosh, so nostalgic,
Hi there.
hipster.
Welcome. I'm Lara.
And I'm Dragos of Stoneskip Studio. We are a small team from Transylvania, and our mission is to create meaningful interactive experiences. Our first game, Simpler Times, sheds light to the beauty of the ordinary and serves as a place from the past where it can be present.
Simpler Times follows Tyna on a heartwarming journey through her memories as she prepares to leave her childhood home.
Oh,
man, it's getting pretty
moving
fun.
simulators are getting a little bit popular nowadays.
We want you to slow
They hurt
down
me.
and savor the present moment by immersing you in Tyna's world.
It's apple picking season. My favorite.
Through visual storytelling and mindful interactions, you will journey alongside her as she delves into her past and uncovers.
Oh, that's actually kind of neat. Like it wasn't just them doing like the generic like, oh, isn't this like nostalgic and nice and adorable, like them posing in the room. It's like they were in the room that this game takes place in.
You'll interact with objects that hold sentimental value for Tyna.
I really wish I could take you with me. I'm gonna miss our duets together.
We know the world is getting faster every day. We live in it too. We wanted to create a space where players can take a break, slow down, and enjoy something meaningful. Simpler Times stems from stories we believe need to be told and heard. Inspired by this very place we're now sitting in, the game is a reflection of
They
the physical
made
spaces
they
we
made
spend
a video game autobiography. Well, maybe not
I
autobiography.
spent so much time here looking out the window. It's hard to believe that I won't see this view for a while.
Oh my god, that's such COVID
We
core.
want to build a sense of awareness and appreciation for the world around us, encouraging you to reflect on your own memories and experiences.
Oh my god,
Times
it's
is
a
coming
touch
to
grass
PC
simulator.
and other platforms, so make sure to wishlist on Steam and follow us on social media.
Thanks for taking the time to listen. We hope you'll enjoy playing Simpler Times as much as we enjoyed creating it. Bye.
Bye.
It's like childhood.
I would say it's distinct from something like Animal Crossing when I call it a touch grass simulator. Because with Animal Crossing, like, that is a fantasy. You are never gonna own a house. I'm sorry, everybody. But like, this? Just moving out? No, this is... There's like a lot more verisimilitude here.
This
It's
next
like a
game is from
black
Sad
box
Owl
theater of a
Studios and
video
Thunderful
game.
Publishing. It's a really unique puzzle game built around a camera mechanic where the photos that you take become 3D worlds to explore. This is Viewfinder.
Before, like, indie game stuck as, like, you know, a type of thing, I think this looks like a game that would have been called, like, an art game. Like Flower? That last game, too, honestly.
It is a game that, you know, gives players
Sad
a
Owl
lot of
Studios.
What's an old photograph doing here?
Look at this photograph.
You can take photos or find photos and then make them into real 3D spaces.
Did
Hang on, did you just shift reality? Sick.
What makes it unique is
Weirdly
the
makes me
mechanic where
think
you're
of
using
Bioshock
camera and
Infinite.
pictures to reshape and reconfigure the world around you in order to solve challenges in creative ways.
It's such a
Oh, like
unique
perspective based.
experience,
Oh, like
and
Echochrome.
I think everybody is just gonna have a different experience of how they play Viewfinder, and that's just a really nice thing to it.
A perfect fit.
I love games like that.
An elegant solution.
Where you can play it outside, where you can play a game or solve a puzzle outside the,
That
like,
doesn't
quote
look
unquote
right.
typical route.
You can rotate reality too.
If I was to compare
Verisimilitudinous.
Viewfinder to other games, I'd say it's like the gameplay of Portal combined with the visual illusions of Superliminal or Antechamber. People have also compared it to The Witness and Manifold Garden and various other first-person puzzle games. It's a
Or
puzzle
maybe
game,
like the
but
Talos
it's
Principle?
very sandboxy and playful and open-ended.
The
Oh,
whole
that's
concept
neat.
of when we started
Gave them
was
some
that
friends.
when you actually create something, you do destroy a lot of things, and you know that's just a very important lesson in creation.
Yeah, like in Full Metal
You
Alchemist.
find
Scar
that
had
it
the
is
hand of creation and
by
sorry,
different people.
Scar had the hand of
And,
destruction
we
and his brother had
have
the hand of
people
creation.
from all over the world who have such a diverse and interesting cultures.
Each character comes from a different culture. There's a lot of sort of culture.
Also makes me think of the
tropes
beginner's
and
guide somehow.
items and themes who you learn about, mostly through environments and environmental storytelling. And so we've tried to sort of make these special spaces that really represent that character.
It's like the
who they
Cheshire
are, what
Cat,
they
but not a
like to do.
dick.
I'm sure you noticed by now, but using film was always Mirren's idea. One of her many passions. Celion was always fond of games.
It's just very important for us to just put
Oh,
in
the
what
all-seeing
we know
eye.
so that the rest of the world could also, you know, have a glimpse of the experiences that we've had.
This must be the next stage. Let's go.
Viewfinder. Looks like a neat experience.
We received a record number of submissions for this Summer Game Fest edition of Day of the Devs, but this next game didn't actually come through that process. We have eyes everywhere, and the curation team is always looking for games. This next one actually came from Twitter because the creator was posting all these amazing GIFs, and we reached out via DM and asked if we could feature the game. So here it is, this beautiful, gorgeous, hand-drawn ghost story called Haunty.
Auntie.
Hello everyone, my name is Leo Dasso and I'm with Moonloop. Together we're making a game called Haunty.
Wow, this looks neat. Wow. Traditional art games are fucking amazing to look at.
The main mechanic in Haunty is that as a ghost you can haunt things and get access to their abilities.
Oh.
There's a big variety of things that.
It kind of reminds me of that game that H-Bomber guy mentioned. Where you're like an angel possessing like
a lot of fun
soldiers
sort of
and
exploring
using them
around
to
to
kill
see
each other.
What different things you can haunt and the abilities
But like
that
cute.
they give you. Core mechanics resemble very much a twin-stick shooter. However, unlike twin-stick shooters, it focuses less on the high-intensity moments and more on finding creative ways to use the twin-stick paradigm to create fun solutions to the challenges in the game.
So it's actually
Haunty
a puzzle
follows
game.
The story of a ghost in the afterlife, and beyond that, it really expands into a lot of ghosts in the afterlife and sort of the stories that they have.
It's so funny that people through art
The
and religion
progression and
have
story of
like
Haunty
constructed an
will center on
afterlife
collecting these
more
stars,
grandiose
and
than any
the stars
afterlife
have
could ever
this
really
special
actually
ability
be,
that they
if
give
there would be
ghosts
one, I think.
access to pieces of their past life that they've left behind. The environments and characters are all carefully crafted with a 2D hand-drawn styles, so there's a lot of painstaking frame-by-frame animation work in there. And we have a fantastic soundtrack.
It looks so beautiful.
So it all sort of comes together to give you this sort of tour through the afterlife, chilled out experience.
Hold to unhaunt. That's a new F to pay respects.
Be sure to wishlist it. It helps us out a lot.
Oh, you got it.
Our next game is a bit of a blast from the past. It arrived on the scene around 12 years ago, quickly became the talk of the town, and won a handful of awards, including the Seamus McNally Grand Prize at GDC's Independent Games Festival. But then, shortly afterwards, both the game and its creator vanished. That game was Cart Life, a slice-of-life simulation game that put you in the shoes of various street vendors and tasked you with setting up a
I
successful
appreciate
business,
that
selling bagels
they're
from
curating the
As the story
space
unfolds, you'd soon
of
find
games that
yourself
aren't just
making
about
tough choices
violence.
and trying to balance keeping your business afloat with the needs of your character and their families. It was a truly unique, powerful, and special game, and it's super sad that it's been unplayable now for the better part of a decade. But it gives me great pleasure to tell you that, lovingly restored and better than ever, Cart Life is back.
You unabandonwared a game? You know what? Unabandonwares you. Lovely people do strange things.
Hi, I'm Nick Herman. I'm with Ad Hoc Studio, and we're here to show you Cart Life.
Definitely
Cart Life
not
is
the
a
aesthetic I
retail
expected
simulator
based
developed
on
by
the
Richard Hoffmeyer, and was
pitch.
originally released in 2013, where it won a bunch of awards at the Independent Games Festival. For a variety of reasons, he ended up pulling it off Steam, but all of us at Ad Hoc are such big fans of Richard's work. Now we're partnering with him to help bring it back.
I am curious why the dev took it off though. Game development's so hard.
In Cart Life,
Especially
you can play as 3
independent
different
game
characters
development.
in any order. Each have their own unique background and circumstances, but what they all have in common is that they're trying to make it as street vendors. Melanie is a recently divorced mother and has moved back into her family home with her daughter, all the while trying to establish her new coffee cart. Andris is a Ukrainian immigrant who is trying to put down roots in a new town by opening a newspaper stand. And Vinny has big dreams, but never enough money to make it happen. He's hoping that selling his homemade bagels will help turn things around for him. Managing your own cart is not an easy job. Just like in real life, in Cart Life, your resources are limited. You need to take care of yourself and others, and how you prioritize the needs of your cart against the personal needs of each character will determine the outcome of their stories.
Oh gosh. Yes. I never knew I needed a cart vending immersive sim. Gosh. I want to ruin my marriage.
And filled with characters,
But in a
who
video
are
game this
customers
time.
that you'll get to know as you try to build your business. There's no right or wrong way to play this game. What players choose to do with the time that they have with each character is entirely up to them. Everyone's experience will be different based on the choices they make, what they prioritize, and even the order in which they choose to play the characters. This release is going to have a bunch of new story content, new art, updated controls and mechanics, and we really look forward to sharing it all with you on PC and console later this year.
This is definitely an example of something that I feel like maps on really interestingly with like cinephiledom. Because this like a black and white indie, a purposely black and white indie
Renaissance has been going
film
on for the last couple years in games, and as we
is
get
totally
deeper
an
into the
aesthetic.
grind revival,
Especially
things are
as
getting
it
a little more avant-garde and daring.
relates to
This
like
next one gives you all
intimate
that
stories
hungry
about
mechanical
everyday
goodness
people.
that you crave, but with a heavy helping of demons and brimstone. This is the world premiere of Hellsing.
Whoa! Oh! Hey Rach!
Hello.
How's it
My
going?
name is Jordi van den Bussen,
Holy
also known as
heck.
Quobblecup. I'm the CEO and founder of
Hey
Fantasy Quest.
Raiders!
And today,
I'm Drizzlebite of the Fluffbite Entertainment System. we're plural streamers. We share a body. It's a whole thing. We all have our own personas. I'm Drizzlebite. I'm hosting today. Use she, they, it, and they pronouns. This is an 18+ stream, and it's a safe space for queer, neurodivergent, and disabled and people of color. The things that are under attack, I suppose. We really care about media literacy, and we play a lot of why is everyone rating me? Bully. Thank you for the raid. Anyway, hi, I'm Drizzlebite of the Fluff by Entertainment System, a group of plural streamers that all share a body and have our own personas. We really love voice acting and indie games and horror stuff and try to be a better person. We have a stream where we care about mental health, we care about diversity and inclusion, and trans rights or human rights, and Black Lives Matter, and all the things. And I feel so weird because this is an interesting stream because we don't usually stream normal quote-unquote AAA content. Right now, I'm actually looking at the Double Fine, like, Game Fest thingy. We already looked at the the Summer Games Fest, which is basically like a Nintendo Direct, but just for like the AAA game industry. Especially because E3 doesn't happen anymore. Like, the online space has definitely filled the void in terms of video game announcements, and it's a lot cheaper to do that. Since we did react to Summer Games Fest thingy last year, we decided to do it this year. Just kind of on a whim. Also because we spent the last week writing some creative writing for a completely stream unrelated project, and was just like super stressed and really wanted to stream. We don't usually like, the hype machine of the video game industry, and we try to like tell people to be aware of it and stuff, because like kind of just like how like loot boxes and gacha games manipulate you, like the greater video game industry like wants your money, wants you to be consumed in hype, wants you to always be looking around the corner for the next game, always wants you to be like, oh no, my wallet, but there's so many great games, like constantly. Like it's like a accelerationist thing. But video games are important to us. Video games are cool. Video games are one of our favorite forms of art. Much gamer here. So that all being said, hi, welcome to my so-called life. Rarrell, how is everyone? Why is everyone ganging up on me? I love you too. Yeah, my ship is getting raided. Choppy space waters ahead. I should shout out everyone who rated me now. Like a good bite. Let's see. Oh, it's a skating game we're looking at now.
We'll be talking about Hellskate.
Okay, so first clone.
Alright, Anton. First try. Here we go.
Rachel.
No! That was a good combo!
Oh, you're playing more Silent Hill 4?
That's it.
Did you finish it, Ratty?
Too slow.
Again. How are you, Zephyr? What were you playing?
Hellskate takes place in Vertime. Here
Oh,
you
Sonic
play
Adventure
Anton
Director's
Fest,
Cut. Cool.
skater through
I finished that for the first time last
All
year.
Anton wants to do is skate at Vertime's fabled beach. Even if that means he has to go through the gods and monsters who will do anything to stop him and his skater friends from doing what they love most. The skateboard mechanics are very similar to the arcade-like games such as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I mean, our lead game designer Steve actually worked on Tony Hawk's Underground.
It started.
So
a
this
long
game
time ago.
is Tony
Yeah,
Hawk, but
and the
also an
far-off,
action game?
far-flung land of 2002, I worked on a game called Tony Hawk Underground. And at the time we were working on it, we were thinking, man, this really looks a lot like an RPG.
Thanks for the
or an
shout
action
out.
RPG.
You're
You have all these
welcome.
stats and you're cool, super neat, right? But Tony Hawk, we're bound to me that skate graphics create an but it's not a coherent world that you can visit. So that was one of the motivations behind Hellskate. Hellskate is a skateboarding roguelike game. It fuses
A
together
skateboarding roguelike?
with the tricks and traversal.
The easiest way to get my panties to
with,
drop is to say
structure.
roguelike 3 times. And then
Just like with other games in the
whisper
roguelike
deck builder
genre,
in my ear.
Death is a central mechanic in the game.
Broken!
When you die in a run, thankfully you don't lose everything. You keep your resources
I can
which
see
you
his
can
underwear.
use to get permanent upgrades such as tattoos or skateboards, which act as
Oh,
weapons.
all the people who rated me, make sure you take care of yourselves. Thank you for supporting me and sharing your community with me.
Combat
Thank you for
in our
trusting
game
me.
can be described
But also
as a
make sure, you know, you
fast-paced
hydrate and eat and
skateboard
do whatever you
hack and
need to do, okay?
While you have your light and heavy
Thank you so much for
attacks,
being
the core
here.
of the gameplay revolves around your skateboarding tricks.
The game should be quite easy for people to pick up and play. It has a combat system which is meant to be very friendly, very forgiving and rewarding, especially at the
I
beginning.
always wanted
And then
more
gradually
skateboard-based
it teaches you
combat.
and ramps up the
Ever
skill
since
to
The
the
World
point where
Ends With
need it
You.
when you need it.
Why
With
did
the
you
bodies
stop
to the
me from
floor.
skating?
Look at yourself. Your wing, your arm. What do you think happens when that gets to your head?
Thank you for watching this reveal of Hellskate.
How dare you stop
This
me
will
from
bring the game
skating.
and the world to us. Thank you.
God, that game
In
looks
our next
dorky as
game,
hell.
Henry
I love
Halfhead,
it.
you play as Half a Head.
Henry Halfhead?
That's the game. But it's so much more than that too, because you see, Henry can be many things, can be anything, in fact. He has the curious ability to be able to transform into anything he can reach. Using this peculiar power and perplexing form, you'll live the life of the title character, navigating sandbox situations crafted by Zurich-based developers.
I just
who
grabbed my
do
first meal of the
entertainment.
day, an
And
hour
in
before
so
dinner.
doing,
I've got
maybe
black cherry
ponder
flavored
the
sparkling water, so I'm good.
Who
You
is,
stream before you ate?
how is,
Just
what
like me
does
for
it mean
real.
to be Henry Halfhead?
Welcome to Henry. Henry's not just anyone. If they're anything,
Oh, I
they're,
thought it was gonna be
well,
way less
everything.
cute.
Henry can transform into everything in their reach. Yes, everything. And that's how they manage their daily life.
This kind of reminds me of the hat from that Mario game, Mario Odyssey, I think.
Until Henry gets up and calms the
But
nervous quivering
also,
machine.
we love Katamari or something. Does being a top half of a head make this game like body horror?
At least half awake, Henry is ready for their morning routine, which they usually start by making their bed. Staying in bed is tempting, but only leads to regret later. Henry knows that if you want to change the world, you have to start off by making your own bed. Completing this simple task in the morning.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. He listens to Jordan Peterson. Henry, no. No, you don't need him to tell you to clean your room. You can clean your room without Jordan Peterson. Have a good one, Drizzle. I hope the Game Fest reaction goes well. Thank you, Noel. Have a good one, okay?
For hours, Henry could sit there, lifting the seat up and down, pretending.
Oh my god, he became a toilet. This is a TF. This is a TF game. This is just a TF game.
Henry bought a turmeric soap. They didn't know.
How does
it,
Henry
just
have
likes color.
sets?
It's actually great for their skin.
This is the weirdest shit. I'm so here for it.
That got all the dirt. Henry should now dry themselves. All clean and dry, Henry is now ready for a proper breakfast.
How do I dry off? Turns into a towel.
Breakfast with a warm beverage.
Turns you into a towel, turns you into a towel, turns you into a towel.
The news.
No, not Mr. Kermit the Frog.
This week, the
That's all for now. Have a wonderful day.
Not gonna lie, having these very specific set of circumstances kind of reminds me of like being disabled in a weird way.
Delicious. Well fed and well informed.
Like, he has a life, he's doing his thing, he's half ahead, but don't get him down. He'll be ahead of the pack, you know? I'm sure it's not easy, that's for sure. To get to the point of self-sufficiency. I want the prequel that tells you how he grew up.
If Henry takes the lunchbox and leaves now, they can catch the 8 o'clock bus.
Oh, he going to fucking work.
Play Henry's not so ordinary everyday life in co-op mode. Henry Everyday Life with a twist.
That's just adorable.
Our next game is from Jeppe Carlsen, a creator who's perhaps best well known for his work as master puzzle creator on Limbo and Inside.
Ooh.
We had the honor of working with him to publish 2 of his solo projects as part of Double Fine Presents. Rhythm action platformer 140.
Oh, they're doing a
co-op
double
arcade shooter,
feature, but
Thump,
with video
2 of the
games.
most fiendishly well-designed and fun puzzle games I've ever played that truly give you a sense for and appreciation of Jeppe's contributions to those Playdead titles. His new game sees him teaming back up with Jakob Schmidt, composer of 140, and applying his trademark puzzle skills to a beautiful, mind-bending adventure game. This is Cocoon.
Hello, I'm Jakob, co-founder and audio director of Geometric Interactive in Copenhagen. I would like to show you what our amazing team has been working on for the last couple of years. Our game, Cocoon.
It's like, you show me this game and you tell me the guy who designed the puzzles for Limbo and Inside worked on it, and I immediately believe you. I actually thought this whole game was gonna be a metronome. Scales. Mill's scales on this flesh seed. That was a nice moist sound. Are those wings?
Cocoon is an adventure game with multiple worlds, and each of these worlds are contained within an orb.
Like the end of
And we
Krampus?
demonstrate by jumping out of the world which we are currently exploring.
What?
Just like that, we are now in a world outside.
Oh gosh. I want to play this game while under the influence.
The orange orb here contains the world we were previously exploring. Let's jump out one more time. We are now in a world even further outside. and can
Or the
explore this
marble
world
scene in
using
Men
the
in
orange
Black.
orb that we picked up. Orbs can be placed on switches to power devices and solve puzzles.
So you have to collect worlds, but worlds are also the levels themselves? Gosh.
And you can even throw them into pipes.
That sounds amazingly complex. Don't destroy the world! Oh, it's all Rube Goldberg-y. Yeah, this looks very satisfying. I know a certain mushroom that would love this game. And considering it's called Cocoon, I'm assuming that, yeah, the
You can
character
use
is supposed to
hierarchy
resemble a
of
bug.
worlds within
Like a
worlds
firefly?
to solve interesting puzzles. For example, to safely avoid this moving barrier, you simply jump out of the world, let it pass by,
And then come back!
jump back in.
Sick.
Now, Cocoon is not only about exploration and puzzles.
Oh, there's combat?
Within each world, you have to face a mighty guardian. Here is a first glimpse of one of these encounters.
That wasn't very nice. Whoa. That's such cool enemy design. It's like just the edge of like an overly designed character. Not in a critical way, like it's actually like a kind of style, I guess, technically.
We hope you look forward to exploring the mysterious worlds of Cocoon, releasing later this year on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch.
Looks neat. God, I wonder how much of a bitch that was to program. And I love how the combat is also puzzle based.
And now, I'm pleased
Like
to
you're not
bring
just
you
running
a
around
title
hacking
from
and
French
slashing.
Canadian developer Impossible. In this relaxing artistic exploration game, you play a painter with a watercolor brush and a whole city to explore. This game is more than appropriate for Day of the Devs Summer Game Fest edition because its title, Été, in French, translates to the word summer.
Hi, my name
Just
is
like
Pablo,
summer.
and I'm the creative director at Impossible. We are a small Montreal-based indie studio working on our first title, Été. In Été, you see the world through the eyes of a painter. With every
Oh,
surface
okay,
acting
that makes
like a blank
sense.
canvas,
It kind of
just
reminds me
waiting for you
of
to fill it with color.
that game that was about the blind girl. It had a very similar mechanic.
Été means summer in French because it's set in our French-speaking hometown of Montreal, Canada.
Wow, a
as
lot
you
of
step
people
into the
making
shoes of a painter who's traveling abroad
games
for,
reflective of their
summer.
life.
This is a game for people who love pure exploration. You're free to roam open city scenes at your own pace, following your curiosity.
This is
getting
also
sidetracked,
like
and
Chicory.
discovering secrets along the way. When you fill something with
Whoa,
paint,
I didn't
you'll
know
extract
French
its
dogs
color
were so
as droplets
nice.
of experience. And as you level up, you'll become able to unleash larger splashes of paint that reveal a bigger part of the world at once.
Oh, you like my ride?
You'll also meet plenty of locals, taking part in their lighthearted, everyday anecdotes, and some of them will even commission artworks from you.
Oh. I bet they'll ask you to make a Sonic OC.
Using your bike, you can travel quickly back to your apartment.
Nejebizu.
Missions on canvas.
Thanks for following. I probably pronounced your name wrong. Sorry. Your future will be filled with happiness and sadness. But I believe in you.
That's where your creativity comes into play. At your easel, you can create
Whoa.
gorgeous watercolor artworks using anything you've discovered in your expedition so far. Stamps on your canvas can be freely moved, resized, rotated in 3D, and even recolored.
Oh.
The canvas is pretty much your sandbox that lets you put your own spin on commission.
An art
And if you feel
sandbox?
inspired, you can paint as many creative artworks as you like without any kind of limitation.
That's
With
really
hundreds of unlockable
fascinating.
stamps at your disposal and dozens of commissions to inspire you, the only limit really is your imagination.
Wow.
Apart
There's
from
a
living your
lot.
best
These are
life
a
as
lot of
the
creative
friendly
projects that
Newman
have been on
painter,
this
you'll also
showcase
get
so
to
far.
meet other like-minded artists, like Marianne, an ambitious photographer, and Theo, a talented musician, among many others. If you manage to befriend them, maybe they'll let you in on their best-kept secret, an abandoned building that could become your very own painting studio.
Well, I
But
hope
you'll have to
we
learn
would
to
share
decide
it and
for
then I'll just get the painting
It is
studio
coming
to
out in
myself and just
2024,
steal it from them.
And we hope you'll enjoy your adventures as a traveling painter in this lovingly crafted, whimsical summer world.
Gosh, can you imagine actually having a camera recording your actual house to the internet
So far, this is the time where we take
instead
a
of your
break to
digital
talk about the
cockpit?
long and complicated process by which
Not
we
me.
accept games into the nominating committee and all the legal ramifications and the technical rules that go with the accounting of the.
Tim, sorry. I thought that, yeah, I thought I was doing something here too. All right. Hey,
I like that they're
Kelly
having
from
fun.
Indie Mega Booth here with a very exciting announcement. We're back.
I don't know what Indie Mega Booth is, but I'm sure you'll tell me.
If you're
I'm
a fan of
assuming
indie games, you may have seen the Indie
this
Mega
already
Booth
happened
at
this year?
shows like PAX West and PAX East over the last decade,
Oh,
bringing together a
it's
curated
a, like-
selection of the best up-and-coming indie titles.
Oh, that's interesting.
Games
You
like
go to different
Crypt of the
cons to show off
Necrodancer,
people's indie games?
Tunic, Disco Elysium, Spiritfarer, Celeste, Mini Metro, Astroneer, The Stanley Parable, and Papers, Please have all been part of the Indie Mega Booth community. If you're a dev, you'll likely know us from our industry work, such as our GDC showcases, our presence at Bit Summit, our global outreach and events, including a robust scholarship and grant program.
Okay, I didn't even
And
know there
if
was
you've never heard
companies
of any of this,
doing
well,
that.
that's fine. Just think of us as like a stepping stone into the games industry, where folks who love indie games can connect with each other, discover new games, and be part of a welcoming, diverse, broad, creative community.
Oh, that's so nice.
Indie Mega Booth has been in hibernation
That
during the
flat
pandemic,
controller
but we're
was
so
for
excited to
disabled
announce that
people.
We're finally waking up from our big long
Like people who
slumber,
can't
and we're
grab
ready to
stuff,
move
for
forward
example,
with IMB
having like a
2.0.
touchpad.
Head on over to our brand new website, indiemegabooth.com, and be
Controllers
in
for
the
disabled
know
people
by
are
signing up for our
incredibly
newsletter.
expensive.
Learn about new
So being able to
games,
play like a
upcoming
demo
showcases,
in a like
digital sales, and the best ways to help support
in an
the games and
environment that
developers
like
you know and love. As we've always
allows
said,
you to interact with
individually we're
the
tiny,
game more than you
together
would
we're mega.
at home. Kind of makes me sad because I'm sure that most disabled people can't afford that fucking controller.
We have another world premiere for y'all, and it's also really thematically appropriate for this showcase. You'll see why in a second. It's from the aesthetically amazing studio called Land and Sea. They're famous for the Alto series that you know and love, but this next one is not what you're expecting from them. It'll be herding your way. It'll be flocking your way. No, I like herding.
I don't understand the bad pun until you reveal the game, sir. Or MB, or ma'am. There wasn't pronouns.
Hi there, my name is Harry Nesbitt, and I'm the founder and creative director of Land and Sea. We're a small team from the UK,
You have a
best
good
known
beard.
as the developers of the Alto's Adventure series. Now, over the last few years, we've been busy growing the team and laying the groundwork for our most ambitious project yet.
Oh.
It's an entirely new IP that aims to build on the themes that we care about most as a studio. And we're super excited
What themes are
to be able to
those?
share this exclusive first teaser with you today. So please take a look, and I'll be back at the end to tell you more.
This truly is video game Tiny Desk Concert, I swear. From the creators of Alto's Adventure and Alto's Odyssey. Is this a sheep herding sim? Which I guess would be an interesting thing, because there's a lot of games, like even Sonic Frontiers had like a fucking sheep herding mini game. I mean, just like fishing, if it can have a good mini game, then it deserves to have its own full game. I certainly never expected a sheep herding simulator to exist, though. But I suppose it will soon.
We hope you enjoyed this first look at our brand new game, Summerhill. To give you a little bit more detail, Summerhill is a story-driven puzzle game in which you play as a young shepherd and their dog. Together you'll be setting out to rescue your lost flock that have been scattered across the mysterious land that lies at the border of your home. Summerhill brings together gentle problem solving, fluid herding-based gameplay, and striking pastoral landscapes to tell a timeless coming-of-age folktale. As a team, we've been massively inspired by the
Makes me
rich
think like The
history
Alchemist
and
or something?
cultural impact of sheep herding across the world. There are a few people or places that haven't been impacted in some small way by the practice of shepherding. Even the name, Summerhill, is a name often given to highland pastures where sheep are taken to graze during the warmest months of the year. In many ways, sheep
I
herding is
certainly don't know a lot about
and
sheep herding.
We really want to do justice to this timeless tradition and tell a story that could only be told in this way. We're also super excited to be working again with our longtime collaborator, Todd Baker. Todd is a composer and audio designer best known for his work on games such as Monument Valley 2, Dreams, and our very own Alto's Odyssey. We can't wait to share more with you. So
I haven't
if you'd
played
like to
any
be
of those
first to hear
games,
about
but I
what we're
definitely
up
have
to,
heard of that
please
guy.
Head over to our Steam page to wishlist the game, or go to summerhill.game to join our mailing list. Thanks again, and we look forward to sharing more with you again soon.
You got through it, dude. Yeah, I could tell he was really nervous.
Next up, we have an update on Eternights. This is from Studio Psy.
Yo, I heard Eternights was having a
And it's a dating
moment
action
here.
game. Now, you've heard a lot about this title.
Oh, they're breaking they're breaking the game a little bit.
I know I shouldn't be interrupting Day of the Devs.
Oh, yes,
Urgent.
yes, please,
The virus has
interrupt Day of the Devs.
Into... I don't know how much longer we can hold out. It won't be easy, and the road will be long.
This is gonna be like Persona, but I didn't realize that you're dating in the apocalypse.
Eternights is a dating action game that takes adrenaline-fueled combat and mixes it together with a heartfelt love story.
But what if I want to be
For a
polyamorous?
moment. Sometimes with all these infected, it's too much. And it's during these moments that I'm happy to have someone to lean on.
Oh, what kind of powers do your party members have?
Fighting for our lives, solving puzzles, exploring dungeons. It all seems easier when you have someone special by your side. To make things less scary.
Yeah.
So... what now? Did you just shush me? Because the teacher might hear us.
Oh, they still go to school. It's just apocalypse school.
You ever
Hello.
talk to your crush?
When you look up at your crush and she's an extra detail.
You can just fight for friendship. That's cool and not...
Wow, we are so cheesy.
Mini-games! We have so many mini-games that can help you unlock unique skills and spells in battle. So yeah,
Please give me the option to change this t-shirt out of just being a plain white t-shirt.
I mean, so many things like...
I'm not even asking you to change the gender. I just want a different t-shirt.
Anyway...
Oh, I bet someone's gonna be on some
you want to save the world.
Monica Forever shit.
Okay, cool. Bye!
September? Alright. I'm
Wish
very
list
excited.
Next up, from Italian-Icelandic developer Evil Licorice, comes a
I came in here and I see in chat, no, not Mr. Kermit the Frog.
demystifies electronics engineering
Hey,
and
Orchid.
allows you to share your creations with the community.
Hello everyone, I'm Marco Bancalli.
Yeah, someone was making their bed in a video game and cleaning your room automatically reminds me of Jordan Peterson now. Yo, a soldering video game? Specchia would love this.
Although it takes me forever to build something like this, I love
How
the
are you doing,
feeling of
Essie?
seeing something
This is the
on screen
indie,
this
like,
one when I rotate
the
knob
indie
or I press
summer,
buttons.
sorry,
And this is where the
this is
idea
the
for
Summer
Retro
Games
Gadgets
Fest
comes from,
indie edition,
is to being able to
essentially.
build digital
I already
gadgets
looked at the
with
AAA
little
one.
effort. We love
So that's mostly what you
Detroit
missed.
by Lexaloff because it brings you this retro environment where you can build your own games in Lua. And we also love Shenzhen.io by Zachtronics because it managed to teach you.
I may
low-level
not want to
programming
change.
effortlessly.
You may not want to change gender, but I do. Please let me, girl.
take the best of both
Oh,
worlds
I didn't want to say that
hardware building and
how I put
is
this.
packaged in a
I would
cozy
appreciate being
and
able to be
retro
girl,
inspired
but like fake boy. Talking about being a trans girl, it's like, fake boy. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. I'm much more comfortable playing as characters who don't necessarily reflect my experience than I used to. Even though I definitely want there to be more representation, I want there to be more girls as protagonists in games and stuff. And even a game that I was a Kickstarter that I contributed to a Kickstarter for was like added a stretch goal that allowed you to have the main character be a girl instead of a boy, like they had originally planned. And it actually didn't meet the goal, but then later they were like, we made it really close to the goal, so we're gonna do it anyway. And I was like super happy. I guess I just like, I celebrate the little victories, and like I try not to get too bent out of shape.
Pepperoni-based problems that truly matter.
But I am curious because they do have one queer option for dating in Eternites. You can, there's at least one boy you can date, and I'm just like, if you have femme protagonists, then you could also date girl, and I don't know how much the character is gonna be like their own ass character or just a projection tool. Because if you're just gonna project onto them, I would have rather had like if it was gonna be one character and you can't choose a gender, maybe going a Legend of Zelda route and having it be like a character who's kind of androgynous. But hey, the game's not out yet. I'm sleepy and I'm about to let myself sleep more without worrying about having to wake up. That's a mood. I still didn't get 8 hours of sleep even though I pulled on an all-nighter. I got like 4 hours of sleep and I couldn't get back to bed. I felt too bad laying in bed. And now I'm streaming. So it's like a Mars rover game. Huh. Kinda makes me think of Factorio a little bit.
The game is set.
Maybe it's just because I don't know enough. I mean, Factorio is like really big and sprawling. But I feel like this could probably get to that level.
There's a mix of procedurally generated side jobs and handcrafted main contracts.
Oh, okay. So it's not. It's the building isn't the only major thingy. Oh no, you're definitely still building shit.
One of the main challenges.
Maybe Elon Musk should play this so next time he sends a rocket up into the sky, it doesn't explode.
Using the parts that you have available.
Dark Souls 2 has a little coffin you lie in, and when you come out of it, you're the opposite gender from when you went in. Oh yeah, I know about the gender bending coffin. I've laid in it. I've seen its wares. Gosh, so many autistic people are gonna be so happy about this game. Oh, this also reminds me of those Lego kits with the like,
fun in the game is just messing around and being creative in its
with like the RSC car bits. Oh my god, you can just be silly though. They should let you do like an egg drop in this.
And finally, I'm really excited to announce that Mars First Logistics will be launching into Steam Early Access on the 22nd of June. That's just 2 weeks away, and we're really
You must be very
looking forward to
excited.
seeing what everyone builds in the game. Thank you.
You'd think the aftermath of a worldwide flood would be pretty bleak, right?
Minecraft
Well,
too.
Denmark-based studio
Electric
Fabric
Boogaloo
has a different take. From the studio that brought you Mutazione and Sports Friends comes the all-new adventure set in the sprawling post-flood world of Salt Sea. The adventure unfolds
Metazione.
differently with
I don't think
every
I've heard of
decision,
that.
so there's always something new to see in your next playthrough. So buckle your swatches and get ready for the world premiere of the stylish
Reaction content is
series.
hard. There's a lot to react to. World premiere. Hello.
I'm Hannah Nicklin from Die Gute Fabrik, and we made Saltsea Chronicles. We're super stoked to show you the world premiere of Saltsea Chronicles today. It's a flooded world, story-driven adventure game where you play as a ship's whole crew.
Oh, okay. Wow, a game where you can
At the beginning of the
breastfeed.
game, you're going to discover that Maya, your captain, has gone missing, and together your ragtag crew are going to.
I don't think I've ever breastfed in a video game before.
In search of clues.
Press
In
F
each
to
chapter of the game,
feed.
you decide where to head next, who to explore with from the crew.
Oh wait,
when
you don't get
get
to be the
there,
baby.
and what to say to the people that you meet along the way. Saltsea Chronicles' unique art style is brought to life by beautiful animation, and each location is built on the fragments of this world that came before. Our art team have really done an incredible job. One of my favourite locations is called Los Gatos, and on that island, the people there live symbiotically with this community of cats.
Oh.
As you explore, you'll find a brand new trick-taking card game designed especially for the world of Saltsea. It's a really good way to sort of take a break from the story. It's called Spoils, and you can play it all over the archipelago, and you might discover how each community has slightly different house rules.
I wish someone would play all over my archipelago.
Another thing we're super proud of is our exploration system. So we're sort of done away with the walk of shame in adventure games. So if you miss a clue, instead of sort of slowly traipsing to the other end of the island, you're just going to tap the shoulder button on your controller or select a screen span arrow to move almost instantaneously across a space. It allows us to lay the story down away from a linear path much more organically.
I love how they called it the
Saltsea
walk of
Chronicles
shame.
doesn't
For a
tell a
second, I was
story.
like, wait, when you
It's a
fuck
story
and
about
someone tells you to
community
get
and how you
out, you
navigate
don't
the
have
world
to
together.
walk home?
And each community that you meet in turn is going to be rich and amusing and strange, maybe, and have its own things going on.
Oh, that person
There's
has
also
one
a
arm.
strong sense of genre-based storytelling too.
So I'm seeing a
while
lot
you
of different
might be
types
new
of
to the
people, a lot
world
of different body
Saltsea,
types.
You'll know that you're in a Scooby-Doo chapter or a Romeo and Juliet chapter or a detective one.
Huh.
There are plenty of laughs, but tough choices.
I feel like
and
this is a game I would
meaningful
definitely show normies.
A writer's room
Not
of
because people who aren't
award-winning
normies wouldn't be
storytellers have
interested,
done
but
an
because it
incredible job.
feels like I don't
We're
know.
so
It feels like
delighted
something
to
I would
share
play.
Saltsea
I would have played in
Chronicles with you
school, you
today.
know.
And I can't wait for you to explore the rich world, get to know the wonderful characters, and to hear
Like
what
it's-
paths you chart when you play.
It's like
All right, this next
unobtrusive, you
game
know.
is-
It's quaint.
Sorry. Tim keeps texting.
It's like if I had grandparents that were still alive, and my family and and I had a like bio family that I trusted, then that would totally like play a game like that with a grandma.
Is getting to know all these amazing game developers. I love hearing them describe their
Hey,
games
Sonny.
and their career
Yeah, we
process.
crashed earlier. It was a
I wish I
mess.
could hear more. I wish I could be a fly on the wall, eavesdropping all their private conversations.
I don't know who all is gonna know what I'm talking about, but I like a Legacy of the Wizard remake. I don't think I've ever heard of that game. What console was it for? Or was it like a PC
This is
game?
actually pretty cool. Two Player Productions was embedded with Double Fine for the course of 7 years while they were making Psychonauts 2, and they made a super hyper duper long documentary series unlike anything you've ever seen in games. All the intimacy, all the tears, the outrage and joys, and all the things that happen in game development that never really gets documented because who has access like this? So here's a very quick sneak peek at their incredibly long series. We highly encourage you to watch this thing. It's amazing.
So what's next?
Psychonauts 2.
To get to the dollar amount we're talking about, it's probably going to take financing from a lot of different avenues.
Whenever Grasslands is going to start, Tim's just going to start.
Well, this reminded me that I never watched that Earthbound documentary that got
ton of stuff
promoted during the last.
But you know, it's fun.
Or
It'd
I
be really
guess the
rewarding
one
this
before
time.
that,
Hopefully get a chance to work
what
on
was it
playing
called? The
games
Mother
in the
Direct?
future.
Yeah, this is a Mother Direct at least once a year. And during one of them, they were promoting a documentary about like Mother and how it got circulated and stuff, or Earthbound specifically. It's a game for the NES. Oh, interesting. I know you had such niche
To
taste.
submit your game for future Day of the Devs, or to just hear about Day of the Devs in general, go to dayofthedevs.com for more info.
You play as a whole
Thank
family
you
and their
to
dog. You
all
can go through
the
a cave
incredible
and try to beat a
sponsors that have been
dragon.
with us since the
There's not a lot of games where you play as a
Day
whole
of the Devs.
family.
We're going on 11 years. We could
What
not
was
pay
it?
for
I
any
really
of this
liked
without these sponsors. They donate.
I really
to us,
like Legends of
ask for nothing
Morta.
in return except
you play
showcase
as a
some
whole
incredible
family, and they're all
devs
like,
all around the world.
and they're
So
mostly
applause
combat based.
for
It's like a
all the cool
roguelike.
logos on the screen. We appreciate you. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you. Thank you again to the incomparable Dose One. He's been supplying the beats for all the transitions between all these amazing
Wow.
games.
Why is there
Ever since we
so
started
much
doing
more
these
footage
digital
left?
showcases for Day of the Devs. Thank you again. You're a hero amongst heroes.
There's more game
go check out
stuff.
his music. It's amazing. Hell, Dose One is incredible. Thank you for watching Day of the Devs yet again. If you're looking for more information or you just want to subscribe to the coolest newsletter in all the land, go to dayofthedevs.com. The URL on your screen.
I wonder if they purposely made it sound like Day of the Dead.
Thank you to our friend Jeff Keighley. The Summer Game Fest showcase was amazing. We're so happy to be a part of Summer Game Fest for these last many years. Definitely stick around. We're not completely done yet. We have a musical performance featuring the sounds of New Caledonia, thanks to our friends who made the game Chia. It's worth it. It's really f***ing cool. Happening right now.
Please don't DMCA me for this. Like fucking Christ. I kinda wanted to skip it just because I was worried. But they know people are gonna stream this, right? Love seeing black and brown people in games. Very good. Sometimes the most accessible, or actually sometimes, most time the most accessible way to like learn about a culture is to interact with the media. That's why a lot of people's understanding of certain like cultures and ways of being and identities are just like stereotypes and stuff. And that's why people push for representation and why it's so important. It's part of the reason why it's so important. It's important for a lot of reasons. At first I was thinking, isn't it kind of silly how there are certain people who are gonna understand cultures more based on playing a video game than like actually like going out and interacting with people? And it's like, I've been hearing this a lot lately. I don't know if anyone else has heard it, but like talking about art as communication. Like art is communication, is a form of communication. And that's also like talked about like in concert with conversations about AI art and how like it's not art because it's not communication. I mean, it's stemming from a lot of things, not just like being like, oh, since you can't communicate with a bot like you can with a person, it's just not art. But like the thing that makes a communication, there's an inherent thing missing when the agent who is making the thing is not like a sentient being. Like, you can't make those choices that make it communication. And so if you think about art as communication, then it's not abnormal for someone to learn about a culture or a way of life or a style or a subculture through a video game. I mean, just as much as you can learn about it through movies. Shit, I learned about cruising in by watching The Perks of Being a Wallflower. If you don't know about cruising, it's like a gay culture thing, and how especially gay men signaled to each other that they were up for hookups without outing themselves in the dangerous society that would rather they not exist, let alone find connection. And then the Devolver Direct after. God, kill me. If there is a God, don't kill me. God, that would be so inconvenient right now. It's not super long though, and they're usually kind of funny. They just push it all into one day. They just pushed all this thing into one day.
2, 1.
All right.
Let's play.
I'm pretty sure we reacted to the Devolver Direct last time too. I hope they stop making games that are only physical.
Generations of gamers. This is where it all began. The cultural icon of the gaming industry. More influential than any pop star or politician. The most famous video game mascot of all time. Devolver Digital's very own Volvi. You know him as the star of all your favorite Devolver games. But
No, I don't. No, I don't. What? I've never heard of this person. Are you Mandela affecting me?
And tasked him with creating a character that could
We were born in 2001, but we were raised as a 70s/90s kid, lol. Ah, I see. Yeah, the people around you are as much to blame for the things you get into as much as the time period you grow up in.
Yeah, we spent a few years on it, but...
The body was manufactured in 2002.
To be honest, I don't really
Pretty sure
remember
2002 isn't real.
I remember Ronathan showing us that final design. It was a beautiful moment.
That face, those smart brown shoes, and of course...
They're making fun of like mascot characters just in general, especially Mickey Mouse, but also stuff like Sonic.
Never seen a character.
I don't know if you know about like the Sonic Bible or whatever.
Straight away, we had something special.
Volvi was
I guess you could also say it's a stab at like Sanyo stuff, like Hello Kitty.
We were seeing the sales numbers going up and up. We couldn't believe it. The demand for the character was insane.
I think it's supposed to be a rat.
And so Volvi went on to star in a string of hit Devolver titles. Hotline Miami.
Oh my god.
Cult of the Lamb. Grease from Nomada.
Grease! That's the weirdest one for them to have that thing cameo in, because Grease is like so serious. It's literally a game about going through the stages of grief.
Was an icon, not just for video games, but pop culture in general.
It's Volvi.
The Volvi merchandise was flying off the shelves. I'm talking clothing, toys.
Devolver Digital is trying to be the fucking Adult Swim of the gaming world, I swear.
Volvi's mystery bites. Can you solve the riddle?
Those look
Try to figure out what's in your mouth.
Yeah, no.
But tastes and trends.
No, kill
are fickle.
me.
And as the years went by, kids began to want different things from their video game mascots.
Do they?
We saw the way the market was changing, and we made the difficult decision to part ways with Ronathan. We had no choice. We needed to keep Volvi relevant.
It's Volvi 2.0 in the new game from Devolver Digital.
Oh my gosh, like Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Cheeky smile.
I don't need your permission to eat a meat burger.
Even the big hand for gaming. In favor of something with more attitude.
Guess what? I
have an earache, and I don't care. It's graffiti time.
Looking back on it,
Hello, fellow kids.
maybe we went too far.
Volvi 2.0 performed poorly, and the
Cigarette
character began a
heights.
slow but steady decline.
So, we made the decision to quietly discontinue the Volvi franchise.
It felt like I was losing a family member. Well, a distant family member, but it was still quite horrible.
And, nobody's seen him since.
I feel like I'm watching Anchorman or something. Oh, is Volvi like a villain now?
Good evening, and thank you all for coming to a very, very special night. I'm your host, Chris Jake, and you heard it right.
Chris Jake, loud
I
person.
am so proud to present the launch event for the reboot, rebirth, and return of the world's greatest video game mascot.
I feel like this is like almost a riff on the Sonic game that just got
Okay,
announced.
settle down, please, because it gets even better. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Volvi's original creator.
He's not dead?
Dropfield!
Whoa.
Yes! Wow!
Old Volvi,
My
man.
goodness, Ron, what a moment. You are looking fantastic. Please tell
Wow.
me, how do you
He looks
feel
better than
right
Ed
now on
Boon.
this momentous day?
Very nice.
Wow, that is beautiful. That is amazing. And I, for one, cannot wait to see
Not
what
everyone's
you
got public
and the
speaking.
team at Devolver have come up with. So, what do you say? You want to see him? Ladies and
A
gentlemen,
disgraced
without
mascot
further ado,
coming back
may
for
I
a
present to
rebrand?
you the new and improved Volve E!
Volvi, Devolver.
Wow.
They retconned themselves a mascot that quote unquote always existed.
Oh my God, he is
That's
back.
such a move.
Incredible. But how does he work?
I'm glad you asked, Chris. Well, we've taken the
Winnie
heart and soul of what
Calcium.
made Jonathan's character so lovable, but we've given him a
Yeah,
very
this feels like this house has people in it or something.
advances in both biotech
Or too many
and
cooks. This is getting
Volve
this is getting uncomfortable.
uses the DNA of a real vole with today's most powerful AI technology.
Why would you do that? That doesn't sound smart at all.
Can instantly generate brand new, fully playable games based on simple prompts by the player.
Worse than a Dalek.
Simple prompts, you say?
That's right. The consumer no longer has to wait for a bunch of slow programmers and stinky developers to be inspired.
Oh, they're making a stab at AI in video games. Okay.
When they want. Here, let me show you. Hey there.
We made a machine that just shits out video games.
Generate a game for me. How about one that, oh, I don't know, is a cooperative survival sandbox, but with wizards?
That game already existed and it's dead now. Its servers ended at the end of last year. Was it Spellbound? Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. You're using the Volvi as a framing device. It's like the Princess Bride. Volvi is the old man. What did she say? A co-op game with wizards? Hey, a Stargate.
Before it was done, our heroes, yes, everyone, they fell and died.
Wow. his partner.
It's up to you now, kid.
Now I wonder what gameplay looks like. Looks kind of like Don't Starve. And like Munchkin, kind of? But resources and survival. This is a survival game. I want to play a shit out of this with someone. Craft enchanted bullets and fight deadly enemies. Life bullets. Build your sanctuary and expand the tower. Rebuild the world and defeat chaos. It's funny, I remember I used to have a roommate who said that the future of games lied in sandboxes, and then eventually all games will be a type of sandbox, and it's like, please, I need you to not be right at all. I don't think you are, because that sounds like a shitty ass future. So much hegemony. But this seems cool. Huh. Single player demo available on Steam. That looks neat. Kind of also makes me think of Enter the Gungeon, I guess, a little bit.
Entirely generated by Valve E? No one had to spend any time or effort making it?
Correct. There was no real creative process at all. Just Valve E and his wonderful machine.
There was no real creative process at all.
No, well, that's a good question, actually. Well, each prompt and game idea has to be digested by Valve E's powerful system, and so inevitably there are some waste byproducts.
So back to the games. Do you mean to say that anyone can give Valve E a prompt? Even, I don't know, me?
Sure, Chris. See for yourself.
Oh, okay. I'm nervous now. Hi, Balby. Chris J. I'm a huge fan of the Talos principle, so I'd like to see something
Talos
like that,
principle?
but with new puzzles, a grander story, and big.
Oh my god, asking an AI to make a DLC for an already existing game?
Gameplay right about now.
It was funny, I mentioned the Talos principle today
These structures are not
because of another puzzle
strictly
game.
Functional. There's a sense of aesthetics, of beauty here. This place might be meant to test us, but perhaps there's more to it than that. What are we being tested for? Our worth? Curiosity?
Whoa.
Our persistence? And I keep thinking,
1,000 years into their future.
why puzzles?
They keep your mind sharp.
Is it just their symbolic value? Because the thing about puzzles,
It promotes critical thinking. Keeps your mind sharp.
they can be solved.
It literally fights against dementia. Well, in humans at least.
Oh yeah. Wow. Now that looks like the kind of game I could really spend my disposable income on.
What happened to his big hand?
And the best part is that to create a game with Valve E, you don't need any game experience or any of that tech stuff. Who here hasn't dreamt of creating their own game?
I have.
Right?
I have.
You there? Yes. You have a game idea? Yeah, come on up here.
Come on.
All right. Okay.
Oh gosh, this is about to slide into horror so quickly.
Be careful. No, please, be careful. Sorry, it's just I'm such a big fan. I've been playing with Volvy ever since I was a kid. All right. So, do you have a game idea you'd like?
Volvy's all like, "Father, please, I hurt."
Super weird walking simulator where you control the character's legs independently from his body. Maybe there's some guys in horses' heads, and possibly there's even a mountain.
I was gonna say, I think a game like that exists already.
But let's see, Valve.
But then the horse's head in the mountain.
Don't touch me.
Nate!
Uh-oh.
Nate, buddy, family meeting, let's go.
Are you bringing him food again?
Not
We
right now.
talked about this.
Not right now.
You are
okay?
literally killing him with these pizzas.
You just want to throw him out on the street.
No,
Is that what you
I,
want?
no, he's
You want him to
35.
live on the
I
street?
want him to have some kind of discipline. Nate, if you can hear my voice, I want you to come up here. We're having a family meeting.
From the creators of Ape Out.
What the hell?
No! It's getting over it, but worse! No! No! It happened! Well, I guess he's gonna have some discipline now. I think that guy's supposed to represent the average gamer.
Oh, can you not?
It's just I didn't.
Yeah, let's go back in time to when you didn't.
No, I was just trying to catch it with my. Sorry,
With
just
your
was
foot,
using my.
yeah, you tried to catch it.
I saw it was starting to go, and I just tried to.
You just kicked. You thought I'll give it a good kick
No,
to counteract the fall.
Yeah, I was just trying to steady it. I might be over.
Yeah, you might. You might have.
I
Yeah,
over.
You might have. You might have oversteadied
Yeah,
it.
no, it's just a little oversteadied.
Well, it's not steady now.
It's a little oversteady.
See you later.
So,
Wanker.
Yeah.
It's 3D Kyope. Baby steps. Oh yeah, this is a message to fucking what's those things? Man children. I think that game was made by the same people.
You still have to buy it. Okay, give her a big.
You still have to buy it?
Brilliant.
So
She's
what
like, but I
happens
don't
if
want
we bring a
that.
Pro into this. Let's give Valvy something really special here.
Okay, now they're
Guys, hey, yo, hey, how we doing? Guys, I am watching live, and can I just say, what you were doing out there, incredible.
Famous
I
gamer.
could not be more excited to be part of whatever this is.
And thank you. We're all massive fans of your influencing. What sort of prompt would you like to give Valve E here?
I know there's probably an actual famous person, but I love how they're just like, just a generic
Online
one.
co-op game, just more gameplay, more levels, just better all around.
Okay, Valvy. Show 'em what you
That's
got.
so fucking vague. Volvy, don't do it. Fun? Human fall flat. Huh, this reminds me of a old, humans fall flat too. This reminds me of a old music video that was on Toonami forever ago.
love to get my hands on a copy of that. Who wouldn't, right? Yeah, come on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now that you have all met the new and improved Volve E, it's time for him to meet with you as we connect him to Devolver's global network of gamers.
Yeah, that's right. Come on.
Once connected, his powerful technology will be an open source tool free for us all to use.
Wow. That is generous.
But you have to pay for the games that he makes. That's a little bit too demanding. Oh no. Oh no.
Slight technical hit.
Oh, wait, what? Yeah, this is a bad idea. Oh, there's the hand. Oh. Oh, that's sick. I told you it was just like this house has people in it. Oh, they killed the minority first. Well, the ethnic minority first. What game are you gonna ask for Volvy for Christmas? I know what I would ask for. Oh, you didn't kill the guy yet? Wait, he didn't say a game. Field Run 2. You hear a noise from the trees. Volvy. Volvy needs your help. So that's an iron from the inventory. No, you have to use the pliers first. Volvy needs a different kind of help. Bolt cutters. Volvy needs a different kind of help. No! What the fuck?
Hey kids! Get 50% off all your favorite Volvy merchandise right now! Buy it now! Devolver! Buy it now!
I feel funny. Wow. So I guess the message was kill AI. So yeah, that was the Game Fest. That's it. That's the whole post. Fucking Christ, kill me. Oh, that was pretty entertaining actually. That was pretty darn entertaining. I'm so glad it's over. So much hype train. And not enough to drink. Alright, so that was Summer Games Fest. I'm not gonna cover every single thing that, every single, like, game showcase thing that happens this summer. If I did, I would, like, lose my goddamn mind. Let's see here. However, what I will do is, play Lies of P. I am, a big fan of P. I put out a tweet saying that I was back and we were gonna play Lies of P. over 3 hours ago. Well, I had set it to post, so about 3 hours ago actually. That's that's actually a great way to get that hype out there. Like streaming a bunch of game trailers, and it's like, hey, the trailer that this game is for has a demo out. Got me download a demo before I even finished the fucking showcase, you know? So that's just, you know, kind of interesting. Anyway, let's try this very cool Souls-like. It's time to pee.